Airtime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Commit to the G.
It is going to happen here at Georgia, and I'm committed to helping make that happen.
Hill with a lob to the rim. Anselm goes up high, dumps it home. All net. Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner.
The Dogs play here.
TMA for a two-handed dunk in the paint. Oh, yeah. Georgia will win it. How about them Dogs?
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Brought to you by Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. It's the home opener here in Athens in the 119th season of University of Georgia basketball. And for the 61st year, the Bulldogs call Stegman Coliseum home. Georgia begins its 18th game home schedule with the opener tonight against Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons come into town with a record of 1-0 after their Monday night come-from-behind win over Eli. The Bulldogs are seeking their first win this new season. Georgia dropped its opening game to the Oregon Ducks in Las Vegas on Monday, 82-71. So here we are back where we belong in the Eastern time zone, facing another Power 5 team and ready for the 8th game in the series with Wake Forest. The Dogs lost in Winston-Salem last year, but look to even this current home-and-home matchup with a win tonight as the Deacons make their first trip to Athens since 2007. I know Bulldog fans are ready for some football in the Classic City tomorrow, but tonight they are ready for some basketball, and it's coming up in less than 25 minutes. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. Live fast, Eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. My broadcast partner of 11 years crapped out on our trip to Vegas. He had to hitchhike home, but he's got a new pair of shoes. He's ready for work tonight. Chuck Dowdle will join us next. Adam Gillespie is our producer and engineer here in Athens. Luke Nadkarni, the voice you'll hear from our network studios. The countdown to tip-off for Georgia and Wake Forest starts right now on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit gfbinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. More than just a policy.
We are a Farm Bureau.
The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Good to go.
Hey, Georgia, it's John Crow. Want a chance to win $500 instantly just by playing Fantasy 5? Well, now through November 26th, that can happen. Just look for the prize symbol on your ticket and listen for this sound.
You're a winner.
Well, there you go. You just won $500 instantly. How cool is that? There'll be 150 winners every week. It could be you. It all happens now through November 26th. So go play during the Fantasy 5 $500 cash giveaway only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum for the home opener tonight, Georgia and Wake Forest. We just took a few moments to meet and greet the officials working tonight's game. It always helps, Chuck, to know the officials.
It does.
Maybe if they look this way, we give them a sad face. Maybe we get a call.
Get a call or two, right. And Doug Shows is one of the best in the business. And, it's always, great to see him out on the floor. And each and every year, we've got some great officials in the SEC. And it's terrific, to kind of renew the acquaintances each and every year. Because, of course, we're not the ones, having the fouls called on us that we disagree with, although we do disagree with a lot of things they do.
Well, like you always say, if they ever have any questions,
just come ask.
I'm
sitting right here.
And you're ready with answers.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, Scott, listen, the other night, Monday night in Las Vegas did not go well, to say the least. There were a lot of things that you could hang your hat on, even in the loss to Oregon. Obviously, the resilience of the team in the first half and the second half, where they dug holes of almost 20 points in each half and still cut it back to 4 in each half, only to have it get away from them because it takes so much energy digging out of those kind of holes. So that part is very positive. What we've got to be concerned about, and I mean really concerned about, to me, is the rebounding, where you give up 63 rebounds. And then the other thing is the points in the paint, where, it was, I think, 40 to 28 or something like that. It was lopsided. And we can't give up points like that at point-blank range. So we've got to do a better job of getting points there, and we got to do a better job tonight against a Wake Forest team with a couple of 7-footers like we saw the other night. I mean, Oregon had 2 7-footers. These guys have 2.
And this is a resilient team. At least that's the word on this team early on. They were down 21 against Elon.
And then won by
Monday,
more, didn't
and
they?
then won by 23.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
They were also down a pretty sizable amount in their exhibition game. They had an exhibition game against Alabama at the end of October, ended up coming from behind and winning that. So a good matchup tonight, Georgia and Wake Forest in the home opener for the Bulldogs. This is the Bulldogs Courtside Show. It's brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. A lot of basketball action tonight, and Luke Nadkarni has it all run down for us as we throw it back to him in just a few moments. He's in the Piedmont Healthcare studios for us. Piedmont Healthcare offers you exceptional, hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. Luke is next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday season, spread a little extra cheer with BMW. For every new BMW bought in the month of November, we'll donate 200 meals to families in need through Feeding America. Over the last 6 years, BMW has proudly helped provide over 15 million meals to those in need, and with your help, that number will continue to grow. Visit your local BMW center for details or visit bmwusa.com/drive-to-end-hunger today.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit bmwatl.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the biggest selection of Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore, like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, Southern Pride, Peter Millar, and Columbia. The UGA Bookstore is your best source for custom NIL jerseys, and in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Luke Nadkarni.
Georgia getting set to tip against Wake Forest from Stegman Coliseum in the home opener for the 2023-2024 season. That game tips off just over 15 minutes from now from Athens. Quick check of the soccer scoreboard. The Georgia women's team knocks off Liberty 2-1. They will meet the winner of Bucknell and Iowa at home in the second round of the NCAA Division I tournament. To the hardwood now. Games tipping off with us at 7 o'clock. Florida is in Charlotte taking on the Virginia Cavaliers on a neutral floor. Also at 7 o'clock, number 15 Texas A&M is on the road at Ohio State. A couple other 7 o'clock tips in the conference. Number 16, Kentucky, plays host to Texas A&M Commerce, who lost to Texas A&M on Monday night. And Vanderbilt is at home looking for their first win of the season, playing USC Upstate. Full look at the conference scoreboard at halftime. We'll take a timeout and talk to Georgia head coach Mike White on the other side. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Do you call the dogs in your sleep? See bulldogs in the clouds? Never wear orange and blue together? If so, there's no better way to show your Dog Nation pride than with the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. As passionate as you are about the Bulldogs, Regions is even more passionate about celebrating your every financial win and helping you plan for the next one. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
With Kroger brand products, you can make all your favorite things this holiday season because Kroger brand's proven quality products come at exceptionally low prices. And with a money-back quality guarantee, every dish is sure to be a favorite. Whether you shop delivery, pickup, or in-store, Kroger brand has all your favorite things. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Ever wish you could make your Mondays go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday from September 1st to December 18th, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. Proud partner of your Georgia Bulldogs.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
We're getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Mike White. With the coach, here's Scott Howard.
All right, we are back here at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia head coach Mike White joining us now as the Bulldogs are getting ready to play the season opener at home. Home opener, I guess, is a better way to put that. And
Yeah.
Coach, this is exciting for you. I'm sure you're glad to be at home. First game of the year.
Absolutely. It ought to be a live crowd, live weekend for football reasons, of course, and we're hoping to see some of that overflow of people in Athens coming here to support the Bulldogs on the between the lines, the Dunkin' Dogs. And we call them
the Dunkin' Dogs? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go with that.
I held off on that for a second because we used to be the Dunkin' Dogs at Louisiana Tech, and it popped in my head, and here we go. Just threw it out there.
Better than the Cagers. I never really got that one. Do you remember that from back in the old days? They used to call basketball teams the Cagers.
Don't remember that.
Okay, well, I'm showing my age. We'll move on. What did you guys learn from the Oregon game? What did you take away from that, and what do you hope to improve on?
We've got to be a lot more unselfish offensively. We got to let it come to us. We can't try to do it on our own. Those early season jitters, the early season, where do I get mine in our offense? Those kind of things. Some of those immaturities showed up. Not only our young guys, but our older guys who are just trying to find a way to fit in. And it's natural for a team to have some of that when you've got 9 new guys. Oregon returned 5 of their top 7. Of course, just a better team than we are right now. Definitely play better together. But I think we can get there, of course. And then we really struggle on the glass against a bigger, longer, taller team. So we've got to do a better job of doing that by committee.
Yeah, their guy in the middle, Dante, he was rebounding like a Chibwe last year. I mean, it was nuts.
Needed to do a better job on him. It's easy. It should be easier. Something that should be easier to control is blocking out guys after they shoot it. And for those interior guys to get their own misses is a cardinal sin in our program. We talk about hitting, and first responsibility after you contest a shot is the guy that shot it can't get it. Whether you get it or not is extra credit, right? But the guy that shot it can't get it.
I know you've got a lot of new faces on your roster with portal guys and freshmen. What did you like that you saw from the freshmen specifically?
Unselfishness. I actually thought that Blue Kane and Silas Demery did a pretty good job. Other than the opening shot, we've talked about that a little bit. To take zero pass shots early, especially early in the clock, early in the game. We try to get away from them. Moving forward, we've got to do a better job of moving it. And some of the shots that we took, it needed to be more late clock, of course. But for the most part, the poise that they showed on national television against a Pac-12 opponent, against a team who I think is going to be an NCAA tournament team, was promising.
And what's your take on Wake Forest tonight?
They've got similar type size up front, at least in their starters. Overall, not quite as big, but starting 4-5, very big, very skilled team that can really spread you. A unique offensive attack with Hildreth. You know, he's a guy that is a little bit different than most guys will play all year in that he's not a blow-by-you speed type guy, but he lives at the rim through back downs, Barclays, if you will. Can really create his own shot with multiple dribbles. Their point guard transfer from Gonzaga is a really talented guy. But a team that's won a bunch of games here for the last couple of years. It's a program that's used to winning. They played really well against us last year. You know, hopefully we'll be better tonight.
That sounds good. Let's hope we are. Mike, good luck. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Mike White. Georgia and Wake Forest are coming up here at Stegman Coliseum in the home opener. We'll give you the starting lineups right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit gfbinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. More than just a policy.
We are Farm Bureau.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by eBay Motors. Here for the ride, with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
you can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Good to go.
Commit to the G.
It is going to happen here at Georgia, and I'm committed to helping make that happen.
Hill with a lob to the rim. Anselm goes up high, touch it home. All net. Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner.
The Dogs play here.
BMA for a two-handed dunk in the paint. Oh, yeah. Georgia will win it. How about them Dogs?
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Dog fans, make sure you check out the official Georgia basketball digital game program each game day at georgiadogs.com. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Citgo. Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline gets you where you're going. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. For the Georgia Bulldogs tonight in their home opener, starting lineup, Jabri Abdur-Rahim, a 6'8 senior. Noah Thomason, a 6'4 graduate transfer from Niagara. He's a guard. Silas Demery, 6'5 freshman guard from Raleigh, North Carolina. R.J. Melendez, a 6'7 junior transfer from Illinois. And Russell Chiwa, 7 feet, 275, a graduate transfer from South Florida. That's your Georgia 5. We'll be back for the tip right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Georgia and Wake Forest moments away. Keys to the game driven by the Ford F-150, official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. Check out one today at your local Ford dealer. Chuck, give me some keys.
Well, the first key is really pretty simple, and that is basics. We got to shoot better. We got to rebound better. And, obviously, when you only shoot 32% and then you give up 63 rebounds, that math is going to fail you every time you take the floor. And then secondly, no slow start. We got off to a terrible start in that opener. We had 1 point 4 minutes into the game. So get off to a good start tonight. Get this crowd involved. It'll make life easier on you. And finally, you know what we always say, the secret to a successful season. You protect your home floor. You find a way to steal some on the road. All right? Protecting your home floor for these Dogs starts tonight. Let's get it done.
Tip-off coming up. Northside Hospital reminds you that the most common symptom of prostate cancer is no symptom at all, and prostate cancer will affect 1 in every 9 men in America. Find out about screenings, your risk factors, and innovative treatment at northside.com. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Bulldog Sports Network. And here we go, blast off. The Dogs let the ball hit the floor, and, well, Wake did too on the opening tip as Russell Chiwa in the center circle jumping against Wake's Matthew Marsh, and since it hit the floor, they're going to do it again.
How does that happen with 2 7-footers, huh?
Now the Dogs are going to win the opening tap as Chiwa knocks it over to Thomason, and we are underway in the home opener at Stegman Coliseum. Dogs in the home whites, Wake Forest in all black, a little old gold trim. And Georgia with the first possession. Chiwa works inside, dribbles in the right edge of the paint. Little jump hook, hit the far side of the rim and bounced away. No good. Wake Forest with the first rebound of the game. Deacons down the lane, running floater with the right hand by Hunter Salas, the 6'5 transfer from Gonzaga. That's no good, and a foul on the run out. a pushing foul on Wake Forest.
That was pretty heads-up basketball by Jabri. He just stopped, and the guy he couldn't put on his brakes fast enough. It's that old, when you're driving down the highway, leave space between yourself and the car in front of you.
And it was on Salas, the guy who missed the shot, his team's first. Thomason with the dribble, high right wing. Not quite a minute into our home opener. Chiwa sets a screen. Silas Demery drives around the backside of the screen, and Wake Forest called for a tripping foul as Demery tried to drive around the big man and towards the basket. So a second quick foul on the Demon Deacons here. We're not even a minute into the game. Dogs will inbound. Front court, far sideline. 19 on the shot clock. Melendez throws it into Demery, the freshman guard from Raleigh, North Carolina. To Jabri. He dribbles into the paint, skids, and slides on his skid, and he's called for traveling. Dogs turn it over. Couldn't quite get the grips on the shoes to plant on the floor. He slid a little bit when he tried to stop. Wake Forest basketball. We're scoreless 60 seconds in. Both teams have missed their opening shot. Salas pump fake at the foul line, dribbles down the paint after a spin move. We double him up. He kicks it back out to Miller, top of the key. And a foul on the Dogs is called as Miller tried to work his way inside the red area in the paint.
Dogs coming out very aggressively defensively. I mean, right up in their faces, getting to the grill.
Foul was on Demery, the freshman guard. Wake Forest, Salas off the wing, drives to the foul line. They kick it out into the right corner for a long jump shot. May have been a three or may have been just inside the arc. It's off the rim as Boopy Miller missed the three. Dogs rebound it, and down the lane we go with Noah Thomason. Little sweeping hook shot right under the basket as he kissed it off the glass for the first points of the game. 2-0 Dogs with the lead. Wake with the basketball. They work it around the perimeter, all around the three-point line. Here's Salas. He gets inside the arc now. And here's Cameron Hildreth. He's the guy to watch for them tonight. Miller drops it off to the big guy. He bobbled it. It rolled right back to Miller. The ball knocked out on the three-point line. And Carr picks it up and throws up a prayer right at the end of the shot clock, and it goes in from three.
That was the right description. He threw that.
Andrew Carr at 6'10", a transfer from Delaware. He hoped it would go in, and it did. Here's Demery. A little fadeaway from 8 feet away right in front of the basket. Silas knocking down his first points of the game. 4-2 Dogs lead. 4-3, excuse me. Wake works right to left here in the first half. They're in black, Dogs in white. Carr trying to work against Abdul Rahim, trying to back him down on the left side of the lane. Now Chiwa comes over and defends a double team, and they throw it away down the baseline.
Beautiful defense.
Picked up by the Dogs. Demery will run it up to Melendez. He drives and gets the runner to roll in. Good, and a foul.
That was so nice from the defensive end, the flow down the floor, and then the finish with the foul on the other end. That was well done by the Dogs.
3-point play opportunity for R.J. Melendez, the 6'7 junior. Transfer from Illinois. He'll go to the line. He was 3 for 5 on Monday out in Las Vegas against Oregon. A 12-point game. He had 5 turnovers in that game, though, so looking to clean that up a little bit.
I think he was shut out the first half, wasn't he? Got all his points in the second.
Well, it goes back to that slow start you were talking about. Melendez, not a slow start tonight, knocks down the free throw for the 3-point play. And the Dogs have a 7-3 lead. Wake basketball. Silas off the wing. Tried to pass it up. Shot is blocked, deflected, and stolen by Abdul Rahim. Jabri down the lane. They block it off the rim. That's a goaltend.
No doubt.
Give Jabri the 2 points.
Yep. Jabri got the ball off the glass before they could block it.
Dogs off to a 9-3 start here with 6:53 on the clock first, or 16:53, excuse me, on the clock. Half number 1. We're just underway in Athens tonight. Crowd continues to build here inside Stegman Coliseum. The students have turned out in full force tonight. And the rest of the folks continue to get inside the building. Hildreth with a jump stop from the left side into the paint. They kick it into the corner, miss the 3 there. And Demery lets it bounce out of bounds in the far corner. It'll be Dogs basketball. Georgia with a 9-3 lead here early on. Demery into Melendez. He'll give it back to Demery. Silas will work it up the floor against Boopy Miller, a transfer from Central Michigan. Now he attacks into the paint. Kick out. Melendez flashes out for a three. Misses it from the right wing. Off the rim. One bounce down. And the rebound to Wake Forest.
Mike White got the shot he wanted, though.
He did. He got a really good look at it. Melendez just couldn't drop it. Miller with a left-hand dribble into the paint. Up off the glass and in good on a driving layup. 9-5. Dogs by 4 with the ball. Thomason's thought about a three on the other end. Goes to the big guy, Chiwa, instead. He dribbles close to the basket, tries to hook it up and in. Carr gets a piece of it, the 6'10 center, and blocks Chiwa's attempt. Wake Forest the other direction. And ball out of bounds on this end.
Georgia's basketball.
It'll be Georgia basketball as the Deeks let it get away from them. And we've got a timeout with 15:49 to go. Half number 1. Georgia out to a 4-point lead at the first break. 9-5. Dogs lead on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia basketball. Learn more at corepower.com.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the biggest selection of Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore, like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, Southern Pride, Peter Millar, and Columbia. The UGA Bookstore is your best source for custom NIL jerseys, and in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
We build the Dog's House. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 613. Our electricians bring power and light to the world-class facilities on UGA's campus, like the indoor football facility, the new indoor tennis facility, the new softball facility, and many more buildings you enjoy on UGA's campus every day. UGA demands the best, so they only hire the best. That's IBEW 613 Electricians. Visit IBEW613.org.
Georgia with a 9-5 lead over Wake Forest here early in this opening half. And Bulldog fans, if you want to do an NIL deal with a dog, go to georgiadogs.com/NIL to connect with a student athlete on a sponsorship, a commercial, an appearance, an autograph session, and more. georgiadogs.com/NIL. Dogs had a 7-0 run to take a 9-3 lead. It's 9-5 right now, just under 16 minutes remaining here in half number 1. The Dogs will get Justin Hill into the ball game. Also, Jalen Deloach checks in, transfer from VCU, a 6'9 forward. And Blue Kane in the right corner in the front court now, 6'5 freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, and IMG Academy.
Shot the ball well out in Vegas. I think 5 for 11 from the floor.
Yeah, had a couple of threes. Here's Jabri for 3 off the side of the rim. No good from the left wing. And Wake Forest clears. And here come the Deeks into the front court from right to left. Salas uses the screen, drives towards the baseline. Blue picks him up defensively. Now they rotate the ball into the right corner. There's Carr, that's 6'10", nowhere to go with it. Hands it off on the wing to Salas. Throws it back to Carr, partially tipped. They get it into the left corner now, 5 on the clock. Wake running out of time. Just get it off. And a shot clock violation. Melendez blocked Hildreth's 3 very late in the clock. It never got anywhere close to the rim. And a shot clock violation on Wake Forest.
That was about 8 feet short. But he was lucky to get it away. That clock was down to 1 and a fraction. Which, by the way, our shot clock now, you notice that?
Yes.
It gives fractions.
It has the tenths of a second on it. Getting really particular now.
Yeah, they really are.
Waiting to inbound the basketball as Justin Hill has to do a little house cleaning. The referee telling him to tuck in his jersey. First one of those we've seen, and in a matter of moments, that jersey
It'll
will
be back out.
It'll be untucked because that's the way Justin likes
Maybe
to
by
play.
the time he crosses midcourt.
He's got the ball, crossover dribble to the right wing, crossover again, drive and kick to Melendez, up the wing to Deloach, scoops it back underhand to Melendez on the right wing. He twists the ball away from the defender. Wake in a man-to-man. Here's Jalen going undefended until he got to the block. Carr holding his ground, throws it up off the backboard, comes down to Wake Forest. Here's Hildreth quickly out the other direction for Wake. 2 long strides to the basket through the lane, and he lays it up from the left side. Good. His first points. He had 33 against Elon the other night. Here's Hill. Cutting under the defense. He had 2 guys in his face, Chuck, and he dipped under him, and a little fadeaway, too, from close
Never
range.
understood how he gets those shots off. He gets in there with those big trees underneath, but he finds a way through the limbs, doesn't he?
He did indeed. First basket of the night for Justin Hill, the 6-foot guard from Houston, Texas, makes it 11-7 Dogs. Georgia up 4. Wake has the basketball. Georgia's in a man-to-man. Hildreth for 3 over Deloach. It's good, right in front of our head coach, too, Mike White to our left. Hildreth with his first 3-pointer. Their second, and it's 11-10. The lead is 1 for the Dogs. Deloach has possession, 1 dribble, feeds it to Hill right. He slips on the floor, keeps the dribble alive, a la Curly Neal, drives into the paint, throws it up off, shoots it with 1 leg and 1 hand, and it's off the rim, no good. Rebound to Wake Forest. Dogs not getting any offensive boards here in the first half early on. Here's another 3 by Wake, and that one's good, and they've got the lead. Parker Fredrickson just into the ballgame, a 6'3 freshman from Oklahoma with his first points of the contest. Their third 3 of the half, it's 13-11 Wake. Now they're on a little bit of a run. Georgia had 7 straight points here in the half. And now
Dogs
Wake Forest with 8 in a row as the Demon Deacons called for their 4th foul. The Dogs attacking the basket. Steve Forbes, their head coach, arguing the call.
Well, I think Deloach did a good job, got the defender in the air and then went up, drew the foul.
Going to put the Dogs on the line. Jalen Deloach to shoot free throws. 6'9", 220, a junior forward from Savannah, Georgia. A transfer from Virginia Commonwealth. Did not play in the exhibition as the free throw is good. He did play against Oregon the other night. Had a couple of points, 0 for 3 from the floor. Both of his points from the line. He had 5 rebounds in that ball game. And he's got his first point of the game tonight to make it 13-12. Wake Forest by 1 for the moment. A little bit of an awkward shooting stance, kind of with his side to the rim, his right side forward. His right shoulder was forward. He missed that second free throw. And Wake has possession. They lead by 1. 13 minutes to go first half. Hunter Salas, transfer from Gonzaga. Gives it up on the left side, threw it away. Got away from Wake again. They turned it over. It'll be the Dogs' ball backcourt near sideline. Dylan James, the freshman in the game for the Dogs, 6'9" forward from Winter Haven, Florida. Number 13 as he hustles into the far left corner now for the Dogs. Thomason back on the floor as well. Thomason and Hill, the guards. Thomason fadeaway 3, left it short from the left wing, hit the side of the rim, and the rebound chased down by Wake in the far corner. Wake Forest basketball, they got a 1-point lead, 12.5 minutes to go first half. Hildreth gets a look at the basket from 3, left wing, and it's all net good.
Well, we're gonna have to extend our defense. That's obvious now. They're gonna hit 3s, so we got to bring our defense out a little tighter out.
That's his second 3 of the game. James tries to answer. His 3 is kind of a line drive from the left slot, no good, off the rim. Rebound to Wake. And there's another 3 by Salas quickly in a timeout, Georgia. Wake got the rebound, found the spot on the floor. Salas drains the 3. That is their 5th three-pointer of the half, and the lead has grown to 7. We've got a timeout with 12:06 to go in the half. Wake 19, Georgia 12. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
Hey, Georgia, it's John Crow. Want a chance to win $500 instantly just by playing Fantasy 5? Well, now through November 26th, that can happen. Just look for the prize symbol on your ticket and listen for this sound.
You're a winner.
Well, there you go. You just won $500 instantly. How cool is that? There'll be 150 winners every week. It could be you. It all happens now through November 26th. So go play during the Fantasy 5 $500 cash giveaway only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are always hectic, but with the BMW i5 and iX, you can make them 100% electric. Make every journey a thrill with the cutting-edge driver technology in the BMW iX. Or step into the first ever BMW i5 with its dynamic performance and iconic presence. Find your ultimate 100% electric BMW at the Electric BMW Road Home Sales Event and turn the holidays from hectic to electric. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Good to go.
Wake Forest with a barrage of three-pointers, taking a 19-12 lead. They're up 7, their largest lead of the half so far. Let's go inside the huddle with Chuck Dowdle. It's brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chuck was in the huddle during the timeout. And Chuck, what was the coach saying?
First thing, just as I walked up, he was saying exactly what I was telling you. We got to get out. We got to get out. Get out, extend that defense, get in their face. And then the other thing, he wants too many catch-and-shoot threes. Make them dribble the ball. Make them put the ball on the floor. And so let's see how the Dogs adjust their defense now, what they do, and then obviously when you've got them knocking down 5 threes, and I don't think we've hit one yet. That's a bit of a problem.
We have a three-point play, but not a three-point shot. Yeah, and they have 5. And the Dogs have possession, down 7. Into the front court goes Demery. Uses a screen from Chiwa, rolls to the basket. Demery drives, he follows him. Fakes at the foul line, now will shoot as he leans in towards the basket and airballs it out of bounds underneath the basket. Well, the idea was good because he got a pretty good open look and just didn't have any muscle on that shot. 11:52 on the clock. And now Wake Forest's guy has to, Abramo Sanka from Italy, transfer from UCLA, has to tuck in his jersey. So neatness counts tonight from this officiating crew. Wake Forest with a 7-point lead in the ball. Hunter Silas drives, pushes away Demery, who slides on the floor, no whistle. Jump shot by Wake is no good off the rim. Rebound to Chiwa for Georgia.
Well, a nice rebound by Chiwa, too. He went high in the air to grab that one.
Yeah, he got it with both hands, like the coaches like to teach them. 19-12. Dogs trying to chew away at a 7-point deficit. Chiwa has it at the elbow. Quick turn and spin and a drive, left it short. Rebound offensively. Dogs. Dylan James jumped in there, the freshman, and put it back up and in. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, that's a flash of greatness right there that we're going to get an opportunity to see grow and get better through the year. True freshman.
19-14. James with his first points. He didn't score in the game in Oregon, so those were his first points as a Georgia Bulldog. Wake with a basketball. Carr spinning on the far side. They kick it out for a 3. There's another one.
Yep, catch and shoot.
Marcus Marion, the 6'8 freshman from Denmark, with his first basket.
Catch and shoot. You want him to dribble the ball.
6th of the half. My goodness, it's 22-14 now. Thomason has the dribble for the Dogs. Sees an opening down the right edge of the lane. Pivots into the paint. Puts it up and in with the left hand. Good. Thomason with his second basket. 22-16. Wake. 6-point lead for the visiting team, and they have the basketball. They work from right to left here in the first half. Big guy in trouble on the baseline. Overhead throw out to the wing. Marion has it on the left baseline. Cross court, they go to Carr. Comes back to the near side. There's an open 3. Missed it this time off the far side. Fredrickson, the freshman guard, had too much on it. Dogs rebound his miss. We've got it in the front court right. Thomason with a crossover. Guy fell down, just broke his ankles. Thomason with a straight-on 2.
That was a great move, wasn't it?
Just a dead-eye shot from Noah Thomason. He's got 6. He put that guy on the seat of his pants with that crossover.
Crowd loved that one.
They did. Students letting them hear about it. 22-18. The lead is 4 for Wake. Deacons basketball. Dogs in a man-to-man. Blue almost got a tip, almost got a deflection on the pass to Salas. They go straight on to Carr. Andrew Carr missed a straightaway 3.
Thought that ball hit on top of board. I guess not.
Dogs rebound it. We'll work on the front end now. James has it. Right-handed bounce pass into Chiwa. Draws a double team. He scores anyway, going diagonally through the lane and scoring from the right side with the glass. Russell's first points of the night. Dogs have come back now. It's 22-20. Down a possession, down 2 points. Wake up, open three. No good off the front of the rim. Salas misses. Up ahead to Demery. Got behind the defense, and he drives and dunks the freshman.
Oh, that was pretty.
Jammed it home. And a timeout. Wake.
Dogs did what they needed to do, and they got on the glass, got that board, got the ball down the floor to a wide open freshman Silas Demery, who went in the air. I thought he was going to lay it up. But when you know what? You don't realize, look at it, he's 6'5". You know, he doesn't look it out there on the floor, but he's 6'5". He goes up and just slammed that thing 2 hands.
Demery put it through the hoop, and the crowd certainly liked that a lot with 8:54 to go. For no other reason, it tied the ball game. We're tied at 22. We have erased Wake Forest's 7-point lead they had thanks to a 12-1 run. So the Dogs with a pushback themselves, evening things up at 22 apiece with 8:54 to go. Steve Forbes and Wake Forest using a 30-second timeout there to kind of stem the tide. Forbes in his 4th season with Wake Forest there in Winston-Salem, a record of 51-40. Did 5 years as a head coach at East Tennessee State prior to taking the job at Wake Forest. He's also been an assistant, long time in the game, at Tennessee, at Wichita State, at Texas A&M, Louisiana Tech, Illinois State, and more. He's also worked at the junior college level. Wake out of the timeout with a 3 ball by Marion from the right side. That's off the rim and no good, and the rebound to the Dogs.
Yeah, live by the 3, die by the 3. They've gone cold now.
Dogs. Oh, a little backdoor pass to Demery. Has it stripped away by Boopy Miller. Doug Chow says off on Georgia as Demery had it bounce off his own body and out of bounds over the baseline. So it'll be Wake Forest basketball. The freshman Demery comes out now. Justin Hill checks back in. The veteran transfer from Longwood University in Virginia. Last year averaged 8.5 points for the Dogs, almost 3 rebounds a game. Had almost 100 assists as well as the number 2 point guard. Wake Forest ball, we're tied at 22, approaching 8 minutes to go in the first half. Hildreth got open for a moment, but when he got to the basket, he drew a crowd, and his shot was knocked away. Dogs take it away. Here's Melendez, opener down the lane.
Beautiful.
Right-hander good with glass.
Boy, he went high off the glass with that.
He had a full head of steam right down the chute. Beautiful pass to him, and he made him pay. Dogs in front now. Wake quickly working the basket. They attack it, miss it at short range. Dogs rebound the miss. Melendez from left to right dumps it off to Deloach, and that's no good, and a foul is called on the play as the basket bounces away from the rim. There'll be a foul on Wake Forest, and we'll get it free throws after the timeout. 7:36 to go, first half. Georgia 24, Wake 22. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ever wish you could make your Mondays go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday from September 1st to December 18th, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. Proud partner of your Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
.36 to go, half number one. Dogs with a 2-point lead over Wake Forest. And this is our Regions game recap. You can order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Well, both teams have had runs. Georgia had an early 7-0 run to take a 6-point lead. And then Wake answered with a 12-1 run to go up by 7. The Dogs countered, tied, and then have taken a 2-point lead. So it's been back and forth. Wake with a lot of threes so far, Chuck. 6 of 13. Dogs have yet to hit one, but we're running the floor and attacking the basket.
But what do we say about we needed to rebound better and shoot better? We're shooting 52%, which is much better than they're shooting. And we're also, at this point, out within 2 rebounding, but points in the paint. Look at that, 20-4 for Georgia.
Dogs out of bounds. Hill threw it into Chiwa. He tried to do some footwork with the ball, and out of a spin move, lost the handle on it, turned it over. Wake took it and ran it out down the left end of the floor, and the Dogs are called for a block on that left end.
Yeah, we got hammered in Oregon in points in the paint, 48-20. We're now up 20-4 on points in the paint on Wake.
Fouls on Justin Hill, and that puts Boopy Miller, Central Michigan transfer, 6 feet, 175, redshirt sophomore right-hander on the line, shooting a pair here. And Miller's free throw, number 1, is good. Against Elon on Monday in their opener, he had 17 points, 7 of 13 from the floor, and he was 2 for 2 from the line. Second free throw is good, so he's 4 for 4 for the season as he makes them both here tonight. And we're tied at 24. Dogs with the ball. Hill guarded by Miller. Gives it to Chiwa, right elbow. The 7-footer puts it on the floor once, gives it to Thomason. Thomason's floater from the left edge is no good. Right at the left edge of the lane, that ball just bounced right off the rim out of the basket. Wake drives, blocking foul called on Melendez in front court. Salas tried to drive from the wing across towards the foul line, and R.J. Melendez picks up the blocking foul. Not a shooting situation. Wake will inbound on the far side with Cameron Hildreth, the 6'4 junior guard from England. He got hot early on, scored a quick 8 points. Haven't heard from him since. 7 minutes to go, first half. Wake with a basketball. They're in black tonight, Georgia in white. So we do have the good guys and the bad guys going here in Athens. Big Andrew Cart, 6'10", works against Jabri. Jump hook in the paint. Rattles out, no good. Jabri, two-handed rebound in the paint for the Dogs. Abdur Rahim between the circles, looks for help. Chiwa steps out above the arc, takes a feed from Jabri. Over to Abdur Rahim again. He's picked up his dribble, lobs it back to Melendez with 12 on the shot clock. RJ dribbles through the legs, drives behind a Chiwa screen. Backdoor feed to Chiwa. Oh, he got it. He got the bounce on the far side of the rim. A little hook shot that hung on the iron and fell for Big Russell.
Thought he got hit, too, but no call.
That was nice execution, Chuck, on the pass from Melendez back at a little screen and roll action. And a jumper on the other end by Boopy Miller. Just a soft touch right of the lane. Foul line extended, and it's good. He's got 6 now. We're tied at 26. Chiwa with a ball. Right elbow. Gives it to Abdur Rahim. Goes back into Chiwa. Marsh is on him. Spin to the baseline. Tried to put it up and in. Thought he got fouled. No call. Ball went straight up and down right into the hands of their 7-1 center, Matthew Marsh. Wake with the ball. Hildreth trying to break the tie in the paint. Banks it home. No, won't go. Off the front of the rim and then knocked out of bounds by Wake Forest. It's going to be Georgia basketball with 5:32 to go in the first half.
I believe Chiwa got a rebound and there was a foul called. I believe a foul called on Wake. Well, maybe not.
I don't think they did. I didn't see the indication.
Yep. I saw the official holding up a number, but
Demery and Deloach. Blue Kane back on the floor for the Dogs. Here's Blue off a screen for three. Won't go, back of the rim. And a high rebound tipped once by Wake Forest and taken away by the Deeks. And a steal by Melendez on the far side of the floor. Running bounce feed to Jabri. He's out of control.
Play.
Jumps in the air over the baseline, throws it off the Wake player to save the possession.
That's great.
Wow,
great play, but
do that.
That was nice.
Melendez had a good idea to lead Jabri Abdul-Rahim Chuck, who was sprinting down the floor with that bounce pass, but it was a little out of his reach, but he did a nice job to recover and save it. Threw it off the Wake player as he was going out of bounds. Demery into Jabri. Right corner three. Good!
Well, there we go.
Scana energy three for Jabri, his first and the team's first, with 4:57 to go. And that breaks the 26-all tie, 29-26 Georgia. Wake with the ball. They're slowing it down in the half court now. Boopy Miller holds, spins the ball in his hands, lobs it over to the 7'1" Matthew Marsh. And they go in motion. Boopy, top of the key, three. Won't go, front of the rim. Rebound to the right and pulled down by Melendez on the baseline for Georgia. Dogs ball. We work in the front court with a 3-point lead. Here's Abdul-Rahim. Oh, they left him all alone to the rack. He went in for the dunk, and Big Marsh got over and blocked it, and the ball trickles out of bounds over the inline.
Yeah, that was a mismatch on the dunk.
Well, they're lucky they got help defense there with the 7'1" center. Otherwise, the roof would be off this place.
I mean, that's what he's there for, is to protect that rim.
Thomason checks in for Georgia, and Melendez going to come out.
But you're right, they left Jabri just a wide open lane down there.
Silas Demery to throw it in, right baseline to Jabri. Fakes the three, up the wing to Deloach, back to Jabri. Really wants that jumper. He missed the jump shot, but got the foul. Got the contact, and we got free throws coming.
Yeah.
Fouls on the freshman, Marcus Marion, 6'8" forward from Denmark. That's his first.
They're going to check it. One of the other officials was not sure
if it was a three.
Doug Schau called it a three. One of the other officials wanted to look at it. So they're going to look at it.
They'll review the play, and we'll take a timeout with 4:20 to go in the first half. 29-26, Dogs lead Wake by 3. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. In today's market, we know that saving money is more important than ever. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been saving people money for nearly 90 years. Whether it's better rates on a CD or fewer fees on a checking account, your money goes further at Georgia's Own. Best of all, they're local and continue to support the people, places, and teams that we've all grown to love. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
After video review, the officials determine it will be 2 free throws, not 3, for Jabri Abdul-Rahim. When we come out of the timeout, it's time to spotlight the first half's best in game stats, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. And Chuck, I got to go right to our shooting percentage.
Oh, yeah,
50% tonight compared to what we did against Oregon on Monday at about 34% for the game. We're shooting 50.
But you know what else, too? We're now even with Wake on the boards at 14 each. And we're still pulling away from it. I think we're 22-4 on points in the paint. So areas that we were terribly deficient on Monday, we're doing much better on here tonight. And I don't see number 11 out there on the court right now, but there's another number 11 who's celebrating a big birthday today, and that, of course, is the one, the only Aaron Murray.
Happy birthday, Aaron.
Yeah.
Number 1 dropping one in the basket right now. Jabri Abdul-Rahim with the free throw.
I think he's 42 or 43. I can't remember.
I think you've advanced him a little bit. Jabri hit them both. He's got 7. He's the leading scorer for the Dogs. He led the team in scoring Monday against Oregon with 18. 31-26 is our score here tonight. Dogs by 5. Wake with the ball. They send it into one of their big guys. Carr, left block, 6'10", back to the basket, throws it out to Hildreth. Go back inside. He's working against Deloach. A little fancy footwork. Puts it up short range. Rolls over the iron. Rebound. Tipped again. And then finally, Wake knocks it up on the backside of the backboard. And it's going to be Georgia basketball. That's out of bounds.
All right, now how many times Monday did we see situations like that where they'd play volleyball with it over there and then eventually lay it in?
Yeah, with Infale Dante. I mean, that guy, he would just tip it to himself, just play keep away. That's why he had 21 rebounds, and they had 63 as a team, which was the most that Georgia has ever given up in a game in the history of Georgia basketball.
63 rebounds.
Whew. Hopefully not tonight. Georgia doing pretty good on the glass so far. Jabri for 3. Straight away, dead eye, good. Scana energy 3 for Jabri, and look at that grin on his face. Jabri now with 10. He's in double figures, his second 3 of the game. And Georgia's up 34-26. Short 2 missed by Salas from the right wing, but an offensive rebound way out on the perimeter for Wake. They get another crack at it. Shot clock at 10. Miller drives, pull up. They called a foul. I got blocked out. I didn't see it, but they called a foul on Thomason. Say he hit him on the arm on the shot. Crowd didn't like it. So they saw it better than I did because I got screened out by our head coach.
Yeah, Noah didn't like it either. He was.
That's his first.
He's walked over here next to the official, had a couple of words with him, just like, give me a break.
Boopy Miller back to the line. His actual name is Kevin, but he likes Boopy. He's from Chicago, Illinois. I guess that works in Chicago. 3:12 to go first half. Miller sinks the free throw. He's 3 for 3. He's the only guy that's been to the line for Wake so far, and he's hit them all. Wake with 9 field goals here in the first half, 6 from three-point range. With Georgia by 7, 34-27. Miller second free throw, and he bounced that one in. He's slipping. He had netted the first 3, but that one got a kind roll. Same result. Approaching 3 minutes to play. First half, Georgia with a 6-point lead, 34-28, and the ball. We go to Deloach. The big guy slipped Carr, and that left Deloach open. He went in for a dunk and missed it. Carr was trying to regain his balance. He had slipped on the floor, and that left Carr open for a dunk from the left side of the rim, but he missed the dunk. He got fouled. He's going to have to earn it at the line now. He's a little upset with himself for missing that dunk. It just bounced right off the iron, Chuck.
Yeah, well, he got up there. I think the ball slipped. And this happens sometimes. Big guys, the ball starts to slip out of your hands a little bit and just hit the back of the rim with it.
It never happens to me. Of course, I have to hold it with 2 hands. I can't palm it like those guys do.
Right. But you can still get up there.
Oh, yeah. I can get up above the rim. I've got hops. Deloach missed his first foul shot. Here's the second one from the right-hander. Up on his toes, missed them both. Kind of a line drive attempt there.
What's he, 1 for 4? Oh, yeah, I think 1 for 4.
Yes, that is correct. 6-point Georgia lead.
He's got that unusual stance.
Yeah, his right shoulder's kind of towards the basket. He's not square with the basket. He kind of tilts his body.
I think you'd want to correct that. But.
Here's Hildreth working against Melendez, and then Silas Demery on a reach-in trying to double-team. Hildreth just throws up an air ball on the turn fade, and the Dogs catch it out of the air and sprint into the front court. Hildreth got tired of waiting, didn't want to pass it off to anybody. Took the shot with 6 on the clock. Dogs ball, 2:19 to go, first half, up 6. Thomason down the lane, floater with the left hand, good! He switched hands in midair and knocked it down. 8 points for Noah Thomason, the transfer from Niagara. 36-28, Georgia by 8. Wake with the ball. Marion had it ripped out of his hands by Jabri Abdur-Rahim down on the right baseline. It bounces over the end line, out of bounds. It'll be Wake's basketball with 18 to shoot.
I am so impressed with Georgia's defense tonight, the way they are hustling to get. You know, Mike White runs this drill at practice where he has 4 guys guarding 5, and they have to hustle pretty hard to do that, and it's paying off out here.
Under 2 minutes to go. Hildreth straight on 3, too deep. Long rebound, and added to the length was Marsh, who tapped it back to half court. They go into Marsh now, and he dunks it home with 2 hands. His first points for the 7'1" Marsh from England. They've got 2 players from England on the floor, but the guy from Cameroon takes care of business right there. Russell Chiwa to the rack, and he scooped it up and in off the glass. He's got 6. It's 38-30 Dogs. Minute 25 to go first half. Oh, quick 3 early in the clock by Wake. Boopy Miller drops home a 3, his first of the game, and that puts him in double figures with 11. Dogs attacking quickly. Chiwa's hooked from the right baseline, airballs it from about 6 feet. Rebound to Wake, and here goes another 3. Miller finds himself open on the left wing. Same result, back-to-back 3s. He's got a quick 14, and it's a 2-point game, 38-36 Dogs. Less than a minute to go in the half. Thomason trying to weave his way down the floor. He finds it inside, but misses the scoop shot from the left side of the rim. Wake with a rebound and a quick run out. Salas called for traveling, tried to find his footing. He pump faked underneath, got our defenders in the air. That was Silas Demery coming over the top. And then when Demery went up in the air, Salas traveled as he shuffled his feet, took
one
extra
of those situations
steps.
where he needed a little brake fluid. His brakes there weren't quite working well enough.
Dogs get it back, 37 seconds to go first half. We're up 2, but Wake has hit back-to-back 3s. Jabri's 3 rims out from the top of the rim, top of the key rather. Rebound to Wake, and they can hold for the last shot, or at least most of it. About 1.5 seconds difference, shot clock and game clock. And Wake's going to take most of that time, no doubt. In a 38-36 Georgia lead. Miller, bounce feed to Hildreth, the 6'4" guard from England. He dribbles through the legs, step back 3, front of the rim, won't go. Rebound, foul called on the rebound. Wake with 3.3 seconds to go in the half. We've got a man down on the floor. And that's Demery, Silas Demery, the freshman, still on the floor, on his back. Give him a second or two. Now he reaches his hands up and gets help from Chiwa and Abdur-Rahim. They assist him up. That's the 8th team foul. It's going to be 1-1 for Georgia down on the right end of the floor with 3.3 to go in the half. And Demery getting a little extra time. He may have gotten jabbed in the eye. He's trying to wipe off his face and especially the right eye. So the 6'4" freshman guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, now
with his shirt tail out,
slowly walks to the foul line on the right end of the floor here at Stegman Coliseum. And the officials will turn him loose. Demery tonight with 4 points, first trip to the line. And the right-hander puts it up and good, all net. Demery now with 5. He was 1 for 3 from the stripe against Oregon on Monday in the opener, had 8 points in the game. Dogs with a 3-point lead, and Demery can make it a 4-point lead if he hits this final free throw. The 6'5" guard puts it in the air. Good. It rattled around the rim and fell through for him. And the Dogs will substitute here in the final 3.3 seconds to go. Justin Hill in. Who's coming out?
You might have heard Silas Emery's coming out. You might have heard Mike White yell. He was afraid he was going to miss that substitution. The officials were yelling to get their attention.
They throw it into Miller. Miller sprints, weaves, leans in for a deep three, hits the front of the rim. That's what Mike was trying to avoid right there, that kind of a look. That Boopy Miller almost made the shot. It hit off the front of the rim on a quick desperation into the half three-pointer. But the Dogs go into the locker room with the lead, Chuck.
Yeah, great first half for Georgia. They fell back 8 points, then dug out of that hole, and now they go into the locker room up 4. They have shot the ball better here tonight. They have rebounded the ball better here tonight, and they have scored down low tonight. These are things that they did not do Monday, that they have done so much better. But to me, most impressive about Georgia this first half, defense. They have played, I think, great defense.
Leading scorer in the game, as we look at offense real quick, Jabri Abdur-Rahim. He's the only player in double figures with 10 for the Bulldogs. Boopy Miller has 14, a couple of quick threes at the end of the half for the Wake Forest guard. He is their leading scorer, again, with 14 points. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime show with Luke Nadkarni. He's standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's coming up next. Halftime in Athens, it's Georgia 40, Wake Forest 36 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Region celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, the official energy provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Luke Nadkarni.
Dogs lead Wake Forest 40-36 at Stegman after one half of play in the home opener. Following suit with many of the conference games that are in play right now, everything is within single digits in action right now. Florida trails Virginia 39-35 in Charlotte in the Hall of Fame series. That game at halftime, everything actually at halftime in our conference. Number 15, Texas A&M, has a 1-point lead at the break in Columbus over Ohio State. And number 16, Kentucky, leads Texas A&M Commerce 38-30 at Rupp Arena. The other SEC game in action at the moment, Vanderbilt trails South Carolina Upstate at home 31-27 in Nashville. Today's Halftime Report is presented by Georgia Power. At Georgia Power, our mission is to provide Georgia with clean, safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We understand that energy bills play a vital role in your budget, and we're committed to providing the tools and assistance you need to make a difference. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy. Dogs 40, Wake Forest 36. More of the halftime show when we come back on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Ever wish you could make your Mondays go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday from September 1st to December 18th, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. Proud partner of your Georgia Bulldogs.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
365 days a year. Just call us up. We'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. At Shoemate, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can always count on Shoemate.
The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Georgia 40, Wake Forest 36, 20 minutes to play at Stegman Coliseum. Take a look at the top 25 scores now as Luke Ned Carney rejoins you from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. And they are at the break in Durham, North Carolina in a top 25 showdown. Number 2, Duke trails number 12, Arizona, 41-33. Kylan Boswell has 9 for the Wildcats. Kyle Filipkowski, for his part, 11, leading the way for Duke. 11:50 to play in the second half. 22nd ranked Villanova leads Le Moyne 61-57 in Philadelphia. And a couple other games at halftime in the top 25. Number 3, Purdue leads Morehead State 42-29 in West Lafayette. And the Miami Hurricanes, who the Dogs will see in the Bahamas very, very soon, lead UCF 41-27. Again, our halftime score. Georgia leads Wake Forest 40-36. As the Georgia Power halftime show rolls on, we will send it back to Athens right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's time
time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
365 days a year. Just call us up. We'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. As you make, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When you're ready, we just can't wait. You can always count on Shinobu.
Scott Howard, Chuck Donald, Adam Gillespie back courtside, Stegman Coliseum for tonight's home opener. We're at the half. Georgia leading Wake Forest 40-36. It is a star-studded affair, as Adam pointed out down to our left. Former Masters champion Bubba Watson is in the house taking on Georgia basketball in the courtside seats.
Our new baseball coach is here.
Yeah, Wes Johnson is across the way. Who else? The First Lady of Georgia football is here. Mary Beth Smart. Chuck Dowdle is here. Adam Gillespie is here. Like I said,
John Parker is here.
It's a star-studded event. Let's give you some first-half stats. Brought to you by Northside Hospital, reminding you that the most common symptom of prostate cancer is no symptom at all, and prostate cancer will affect 1 in every 9 men in America. Find out about screenings, your risk factors, and innovative treatment at Northside.com. First half numbers for the Dogs. Georgia shot 50% from the floor, 16 of 32. We were 2 of 8 on threes and 6 of 9 at the foul line. Had 17 first half rebounds. Wake Forest, almost 39% in the half. They were 12 of 31. They had 8 threes in the first half, 8 of 18. 4 for 4 from the foul line. They out-rebounded Georgia by 3. They had 20 rebounds. Turnovers, Georgia had 4. Wake Forest had 8 leading scores.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that again?
Georgia had 4 turnovers.
That is...
Wake Forest had 8.
When was the last time we played a half with 4 turnovers?
It may have been a while. That's an outstanding number. You'll take that any day of the week.
Wow.
Leading scores, there's 2 guys in double figures, 1 for each team. Jabri Abdul-Rahim with 10. Leading rebounder for the Dogs. We've got a couple of those in their guards. Thomason and Dimry both with 3 rebounds. Leading scorer in the game for Wake Forest is Kevin Boopy Miller, 14 points. Their leading rebounders have 5, and those are their big guys, Carr and Marsh. So let's look at your first half stats, brought to you by Northside Hospital. Back for the second half right after this. It's Georgia 40, Wake Forest 36 on the Bulldog Sports Network.
What widens the eyes, tightens the stomach, and flutters the heart. Adrenaline. Feel it for yourself on the Toyota RAV4, Camry, Corolla, and Tacoma. Get 2.9% APR for 36 months on a new 2023 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through December 5th, 2023. $0 for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.04 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit gfbinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. more than just a policy.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Do you call the dogs in your sleep? See bulldogs in the clouds? Never wear orange and blue together? If so, there's no better way to show your Dog Nation pride than with the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. As passionate as you are about the Bulldogs, Regions is even more passionate about celebrating your every financial win and helping you plan for the next one. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Second half about to get underway. Before we do that, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Bulldog Sports Network. Wake gets the ball to start half number 2, and they have inbounded it and proceed to work it into the front court. Salas to the rack. Our defense may have still been in the locker room on that one. Salas got an easy floater right over the top of the rim, just laid it up and in. And it's a 2-point game, 40-38. Dogs' first touch of the second half. Thomason's got it. Ball fake, drives into the paint. Fade away 2 with the left hand. Won't go. Tap in. Melendez, it rolls over the iron. No good. Rats.
Oh, that was so close.
Rebound, Wake Forest. Salas drives to the foul line. Almost traveled. Now they work it on the left corner. Overhead pass out of the corner to Miller. Quick touch to Salas. Misses the 3 as he admired it. He may have been right on the line. But a foul is called on the missed shot as it bounces into the right corner. Not a foul, excuse me. It's an out-of-bounds play. Touched out by Georgia, so it'll be Wake's basketball. High lob in from the right corner by Miller to Carr, the 6'10" transfer from Delaware and Westchester, Pennsylvania. Miller down the lane, floats it over to the big guy, Marsh, the 7-footer, dunks it home from the left side.
Yeah, well, our defense collapsed on him and on Miller, and he just, beautiful pass.
First 4 points to start the second half go to Wake Forest. They've tied it at 40. A foul is called on the Demon Deacons' Boopy Miller with a little bit of a block on Demery, says official Jerry Heater. Tied at 40 now, a long way to go. Most of the second half. We're just a little more than a minute in. Demery dribbles on the logo as the Dogs work to our left now. Abdur-Rahim through the legs. Backs inside the arc. Oh, nice spin move to the rack, but a double team there. He throws it up and is fouled. He spun away from Hildreth, a 6'4" guard, but then the big 7-footer came over to help.
The foul bailed him out. He really didn't have a good look at the basket because he had his back turned to the baseline and was kind of shooting away.
And the foul was on Hildreth. Free throw by Jabri. Going to roll in there good, all over the iron, but able to get his 11th point of the game. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Hildreth has been a scorer in their exhibition game and in their season opener against Elon. He had 38 against Alabama in their exhibition, 33 on Monday, but just 8 so far tonight. As Abdur-Rahim made both foul shots to put the Dogs back in front, 42-40. Here's Miller fouled from behind by Demery in the paint. Demery kind of got a body on him and pushed him down. He made the shot even though he got pushed from behind. Miller in the red area there in the paint, and he's got a free throw coming. 3-point opportunity for Wake Forest. It's tied at 42, and this could put them in front. It's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. Looking for his 17th point of the game, and that would be tops on the floor. And the free throw going to bounce and kiss off the glass and roll in there good. He's got 17. Wake Forest with 43. They lead the Dogs by 1. Demery on the dribble in the front court for the Dogs. The freshman gives it up to the graduate transfer. Thomason, fancy dribbling in through traffic, feeds it off to Chiwa. He misses the short jumper, but we get the offensive rebound. Thomason steps out for a three and bangs it from the left corner. Three-pointer brought to you by Scana
Yeah, see, they
Energy.
do that at Niagara. At Niagara, they let the little guy get the rebound, go out beyond the arc, and knock it down.
Well, I like that. Whatever works, right? Dogs with a 2-point lead. Here's Carr trying to answer for three. And the big man just to the right of the circle does answer. That's his second three of the game, his second basket. And it's Wake by one, 46-45. Melendez, hard dribble with a left hand into the left corner. Step back above the three-point line. Will rotate the ball over to the far side of the court. Thomason gives it to Chiwa. Back to the basket, top of the key. Melendez comes to retrieve. Now attacks. Runner off the glass. Rattles around the rim. Drops home good. R.J. Melendez has got 7. 47-46. Dogs back in the lead by 1.
You get the feeling that young man is about to heat up.
Here's Carr out of the right corner, up the wing to Hildreth. He dropped it for a moment, but recovered. And now Salas over to Miller. He was left wide open, missed the open jumper. Big man, two-handed putback. Andrew Carr at 6'10". Nobody got a body on him, Chuck. He put it back up and in. Dogs miss the jump shot and can't get the rebound. Miller going to take it and run the floor with Salas. He missed a dunk. Dogs take away his miss. Long pass down the floor. Silas with a pump fake, got the defender in the air, and then scores. He sailed by him. Dogs 49-48. Nice play by the freshman.
Yeah, smart offensive play by the freshman.
The pump fake got it done. His car went flying in the air by him, and then it was an easy lay-in for Salas, or Demery, excuse me. 16:15 to go in the game. Dogs have a 1-point lead, 49-48. Wake's got the ball. Jab step, Miller. Right side pass, it goes to Salas. Drives to the elbow. Floater over Chiwa. Good. Salas has got 7 now. Hunter Salas, a transfer from Gonzaga. In Omaha, Nebraska, his hometown. They're up by 1. Thomason with a fadeaway three, right wing. He hit it from the slot. Scana Energy three for Noah Thomason.
That's 2 in a row he's knocked down.
He's now the Dogs' leading scorer with 14. We've got 2 guys in double figures. Jabri's got a dozen. And Thomason with those back-to-back threes, again with 14 points. Dogs by 2, 52-50. As Hildreth tries to tie it up, but his floater with a right hand bounces twice on the rim and won't fall for him. The Wake Forest guard can't get it to drop. Thomason feeling it. Missed that three, however. Nice rebound on his knees. Jabri to keep the possession. Now he's going to get the candy. Oh, he's short on the three. Chiwa, another rebound. Feeds Jabri. Drives and lays it in.
How about that?
He had the defense backpedaling to the baseline, and Abdur-Rahim took it to the rack and scored. 14 for Jabri. Dogs by 4. 54-50.
Dogs doing a great job on the offensive glass that possession.
Miller with a crossover dribble. Step back. Sends it to the wing to Salas. Thomason with great defense.
Oh,
that's an offensive foul.
Whoa.
Demery took a forearm to the chest from the big guy, Andrew Carr.
That's almost assault. I mean, that was, threw that hand out there and knocked him down.
And that's 4 on the big guy, Carr. Offensive foul. Wake Forest gets us into a timeout. 14:49 to go in the game. Dogs 54, Wake 50. Come on back on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These 2 Athens institutions have joined to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. So whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the award-winning Classic City Lager, or Georgia's #1 new brand, Bigger Dreams Hazy IPA, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. 2 brands, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Athens, Georgia. Available wherever cold beer is served. Champions drink responsibly.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
With Kroger brand products, you can make all your favorite things this holiday season. Because Kroger brand's proven quality products come at exceptionally low prices. And with a money-back quality guarantee, every dish is sure to be a favorite.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Whether you shop delivery, pickup, or in-store, Kroger brand has all your favorite things. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
No one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and right into the postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go, and you can get a free trial right now at SiriusXM.us/SEC Radio 2023. Dogs by 4. Georgia leads Wake Forest 54-50 with 14:49 to go in the game.
And with 14:49 to go in the game, we still only have 4 turnovers. Georgia doing a very good job of protecting the basketball.
Shooting it well, a good number, 48%. Wake at 44.
We've got them tied on the glass.
What's not to like about our stats tonight? And a 4-point lead, and we've got the ball. Jabri Abdur-Rahim, the 6'8" senior from South Orange, New Jersey, will feed it into Justin Hill. Blue Kane checked in after the timeout as well, as did Jalen Deloach, the 6'9" transfer from Virginia Commonwealth. Jabri with the ball, tacks in front court, inside the arc, goes to Deloach. And into the paint, a couple of dribbles, jump hook won't go. He worked against Zach Keller, a 6'10" sophomore, who's on the floor after Carr. Andrew Carr, their other 6'10" guy, picked up his 4th foul just prior to the timeout.
Deloach did a good job of creating the shot. He just missed it.
Here's Keller. Pivots to face up. Nobody's really guarding. Blue knocks the ball out of his hands and then hustles to get the ball. Blue Kane with a hustle lay-in on the other end of the floor. Look at that play. You're my boy, Blue. 56-50. Georgia by 6. The Wake Forest guy just stood and watched the ball bounce out of his hands, and Blue was all hustle. Deacons missed one down on the right end of the floor, rebounded by Deloach. Dogs run it out. Jabri, open 3, left slot.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch. Good. Timeout.
Oh, that's timeout for Wake.
Steve Forbes, his team getting punched in the mouth right now. Dogs have opened up a 9-point lead.
Yeah, we opened up that door on the end of the Coliseum, and we're about to blow them right out of it.
Easy now, Chief. Easy. 13:42 still to go. It's a 9-point Georgia lead, but you got to like what you're watching right now. We'll take a timeout. Back for more after this. Bulldog Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Good to go.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana says, go Dogs. Georgia with 5 3-pointers tonight, 2 by Noah Thomason and 3 by Jabri Abdur-Rahim. And that last 3 jacked the Dogs' lead up to 9 points. It's a 10-0 Georgia run, and the Dogs are up 59-50 on Wake Forest.
Nice assist from Blue Cane, too.
Wake to inbound. They bring it up the length of the floor.
Of the layup, then he had an assist on the 3.
Blue Cane still on the floor. R.J. Melendez back in the game now. Jabri, Deloach, and Justin Hill. That's our 5. We double-team the ball. Steal it. Ball caught in the air by Blue. Passes it under the basket. Deloach with a pump fake. Wake Forest got a man in the air. Just flew right over the top of Deloach. And a foul is called on Wake Forest. Hunter Salas, the man that crashed to the floor.
I think Deloach got kicked.
Dogs double team. They trapped the ball at the top of the key for Wake Forest. Forced a turnover, and we're off to the races.
Scott, Georgia's defense has been terrific all night.
11 turnovers now by Wake, Chuck. Georgia still with only 4. Deloach going to the line. Officials are discussing that last play. See if it's a shooting situation or out-of-bounds play. It's going to be out of bounds. No free throws on the play. Deloach is like, man, I got kicked in the head. I'd like some free throws. Here's Blue for 3. Air ball from the left corner. Caught by Wake on the right baseline. Miller speeds up the floor, drops it off to Salas on a bounce. He slides under the basket. Reverse lay-in is good. He's got 9. 59-52. That ended a 10-0 Georgia run. And now we got another foul on Wake in the front court. Clock with an even 13 minutes to go.
That is their 15th foul. We got 1.
They're going to readjust or adjust the clock. I heard one of the officials say at the scores table here, as that foul was called on Boopy Miller, a 6-foot guard for Wake Forest. It's his second, and as Chuck pointed out, team's 5th of the half. Thomason, Hill, Kane, Deloach, and Melendez. Mike White's 5 on the floor right now.
13:06 reflected on the game clock.
So they adjust the clock. 13:06. They had to put 6 seconds on it.
24 seconds.
And 24 on the shot clock. So we should be good to go. The time has been adjusted. Hill looking to throw it in. Late in the clock. Gets it in or on the 5 count. Melendez with a one-handed grab going towards the half-court line. Dogs set up their defense. Thomason for 3. The left-hander misses the 3 straight on front of the rim. Rebound, Wake, and out of the pack they go. They got Hildreth running out. He got the pass and laid it up and in, a reverse lay-in for Cameron Hildreth. His first points of the half. 59-54. So out of the timeout, they've got the last 2 baskets.
Whoa!
Deloach with
What
a
a
spin
move.
move down the lane. Even though the big guy Marsh grabbed him by the arm, they kind of a silent move. They didn't get the foul call, but Deloach got the basket out of the spin. His first field goal of the game, and now a foul on the other end of the floor. Foul called on the Dogs on Hill as Wake Forest quickly inbounded the ball and sprinted into the front court. Marsh got away with one on that last play, but Deloach scored anyway. Should have been going to the line for a 3. 61-54 Dogs. And Wake Forest basketball. Salas dribbles on the edge of the logo, guarded by Demery for Georgia. Drives to the right. They screen to get Demery away. The shooter open, misses the jumper right of the lane. Offensive rebound, Wake. Left side of the floor, Hildreth backs it up. Chest pass to the right side now to the wing. 10 on the clock. Hildreth to Salas. Screen by March. He rolls to the basket. Salas to Hildreth. With 3, with 2, with 1, extra pass. Fredrickson, 3 ball, won't go, off the rim. Rebound, Chiwa. He feeds Melendez down the lane. A block in the paint. And I think that's going to be the call by Wake Forest, a foul on the Demon Deacons.
Melendez saw that opening, and he just hit another gear. He went straight for the glass. They had no choice but to foul him.
And Cameron Hildreth committed the foul for Wake Forest. And that's their 6th. Got a timeout with 11:53 to go in the ball game. Georgia with a 61-54 lead over Wake Forest. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace.
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
If SEC football runs deep in your veins, then Sirius XM SEC Radio is what you need to listen to. We're talking conference and team previews, plus hear live games, news, and analysis from experts like Chris Doering, Aaron Murray, and Max Starks. Go in-depth with your favorite team with coaches shows, championship specials, and more. Get inside SEC football like nowhere else. Seize your fandom on the Sirius XM app. Stay up to date anywhere you go. Just download the app and start streaming.
Good crowd opening night at home. I should say the home opener here at Sigmund Coliseum. It's opening night in Athens as far as I'm concerned.
That's got you tripped up.
It
I'll
does.
be back from the pregame show.
I'm all twisted around. 8,176 is the number.
You know, and you got a busy weekend here. You got 3 straight. You got basketball, football, basketball.
Yeah,
all of them great games.
Well, hopefully you show up for basketball
2
on
of
Sunday.
them, but I got a day off.
That's all right. All in a day's work, right? Hey, now through November 30th during the BMW Road Home Sales Event, lease an all-electric 2024 BMW iX xDrive 50 for $799 per month for 36 months with $64.29 due at signing. For more details, visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics and Go Dogs. Did I mess up those numbers? There's a lot of numbers in there. Free throw by Melendez is off the rim, no good for Georgia. At the line after the 4th foul by Hildreth for Wake Forest.
Scott, while we got a chance to, this Coliseum looks terrific. The work I know John Bateman and Josh Brooks and all the people that have a hand in basketball were concerned, but this place looks beautiful.
Melendez hit the 2nd foul shot. It does look nice. They moved the student section.
And that's helped.
They're closer to the floor and closer. Well, there's a lot more of them, I think. It seems like it anyway.
It does.
It goes from the inline all the way to half court. Wake with a miss. Dogs with a rebound. Silas Demery with a shot fake from 3. Drives left baseline, and a Wake Forest foul is the call on the drive by Demery.
That's their 7th.
And they have got some serious foul trouble. Boopy Miller now with 4. Cameron Hildreth with 4. Andrew Carr on the bench with 4.
But more importantly, now Georgia goes into the bonus with 11 and a half minutes to play.
Well, let's hit some free throws, something we did not do very well against Oregon. They were worse than Georgia in the game, and the Dogs hit less than 55%. They were in the 40s from the line, still won the game by 11. Demery sinks his first free throw of the second half. He's 3 for 3 in the game now.
I don't want to jinx him, but if he can knock this down, it'll give us our largest lead of the evening.
It's at 9 right now, trying to go to double digits for the first time. The right-handed freshman from Raleigh puts it up and in.
There you go.
You had Adam worried on that
I know, Adam's always worried.
He's been hanging out with Zaire too long. 64-54. 10-point Georgia lead, 11:21 to go. Miller with the ball, trying to work in behind the big guy, gives it up to Salas. Shot fake, long jumper, top of the key, won't go. Big guy Marsh chases it into the far corner. to keep the possession alive. Gets an offensive rebound, the 7'1" center. Miller behind the back dribble. Fadeaway 2 on the right baseline. Hits the far side of the rim. Rebound Dogs. Silas to Chiwa for a one-handed tomahawk.
Look at Mike White just out-jumped Dominique Wilkins in his prime.
Well,
I don't mean today.
He was trying to get his team back on defense. Chiwa was blowing kisses to the crowd after he jammed it home on the tomahawk. Salas, one-handed floater, can't get it over the big guy cleanly enough. It's short. Rebound to the Dogs. 66-54, 12-point lead. We throw it in. Russell Chiwa missed the jump hook with her right hand. Rolls off the left side of the iron. Rebound to Wake Forest. Fredrickson's got it now. They work it around the perimeter, far side of the floor. Miller holds the ball low to the floor, guarded by Jabri. Through the paint, throws it back across his body, rolls off the iron to the left. Rebound down to the Dogs, but Marsh got hit in the face, and Georgia going to be whistled for a foul. Jabri
was pointing to the other end like, we're going that way, right?
First foul on the Georgia senior, Jabri Abdul-Rahim. Carr back in now with his 4 fouls. Hildreth back on the floor with his 4 fouls. They need their offense. Those guys are in foul trouble, so Steve Forbes going to play them with 10-10 to go in the game. Dogs by a dozen, largest lead of the game for Georgia. Well, for either team, for that matter. And officials are going to review that last play to see if it was anything more than a common foul. And it's a quick look for Doug Schiles and Steven Anderson, 2 of the officials. And they say, nope, nothing wrong, just...
You know, Jabri is such a class act. You know, he really is. He's member, I believe, of the athletic board, the student representative, the student athlete representative to our athletic board. Just a terrific young man to be around.
A good dude.
He really is.
Certainly is. And having a good game tonight. 17
you know
points.
What?
He's our leading scorer.
He's a perfect kind of leader when you've got a freshman class with the talent that Georgia has, you know, to show those young men how to do it.
He's got the task of guarding Andrew Carr right now on a defensive switch. A bit of a mismatch. We had Justin Hill at 6 feet on Carr at 6'10", as Wake was inbounding the basketball. And there's a loose ball foul. Melendez called as the ball was going from hand to hand. Wake Forest couldn't get control of that thing. And they got RJ for the foul. That's number 2 on Melendez, the transfer from Illinois. 6'7", 210-pound guard for the Dogs. Wake will throw it in again. Front court, far sideline. Salas comes to retrieve it on the far side of the floor. Hook pass back to the left side. They go into Carr. Deloach is trying to keep him out of the paint. He bumps his way in, puts it up with the right hand. That's no good, but a foul on Deloach. Trying to hold his ground, and the big man Carr was just kind of bullying him out of the way, and they say Deloach committed a foul. His first of the game. And that's Georgia's 5th of the half. It's going to put Andrew Carr, 6'10" and 225, a senior transfer from Delaware, at the line. 77% from the line last year. He was 10 of 11 from the stripe against Elon earlier this week, and he sinks his first opportunity tonight to give him 9 points in the game.
Yeah, the way he shot that one, looks like he's been there before.
Something about a big man that can hit free throws. Man, if you got one of those guys on your team,
boy, it helps.
You can win a lot of games.
Yeah, and also guys, a big man like that can shoot a 3.
Carr hit both of those foul shots, by the way, make it a 10-point game again. 66-56, Dogs in front. Jabri can't connect on the 3 from the left corner. Rebound, Deloach. She scoops it back out front to the guards. Thomason over on the right side to Hill. Penetrates, kick out. Noah straight away. 3 on net. Thomason buries the 3 from about 23 feet. His third of the half. He's got 17 points in the game for the Dogs. And it's a 13-point Georgia lead, 69-56. Salas inside, shot blocked after a pump fake. Kept after the loose ball and retrieved it in the right corner in front of their bench. Throws it out front, tipped out of bounds by Noah Thomason for Georgia.
Georgia is contesting everything. I mean, they're in their face. They're contesting passes. getting their hands in the passing lanes. Just great defense.
9:09 to go. Dogs have a 13-point lead. Wake's got the ball and 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter Salas, the Gonzaga transfer, gives it to Carr. He spins at the foul line, nowhere to go. 360 on the pivot, then shoots it over to Deloach and hits the 14-footer. Playing with 4 fouls, but connecting for a dozen points now in the game. Wake's gone to a zone. Hill tries to shoot over it from 3 from the left slot, missed it off the front of the rim. Rebound to Wake Forest. Another 4-foul guy. Hildreth, a no-look pass into the paint to Carr. Shoots against the double team. No, that's Marion, excuse me. Marcus Marion trying to shoot over a double team. Got a foul on the Dogs. Going to put the Deeks on the line. 8:34 to go in the game. The lead is 11 for Georgia, 69-58. Foul was on Jabri. That's his second. Both coming in this half. Marion at the line. First free throw attempt of the season for the freshman. Hit the heel of the rim, and it died there and rolled in for him. Not exactly textbook, but he got the result that he wanted. And he's got a second shot to come. Dogs get Chiwa back in the game. Also Blue Kane, the freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, going to check in. Hill comes out. So we've got Kane and Melendez, Thomason, Abdur Rahim, and Chiwa on the floor for the Dogs. Marion deposits 2 free throws for Wake Forest. It's a 9-point Georgia lead, 69-60. We got up to 13. That's been the big lead of the game. Chiwa has the ball above the foul line. In the circle, puts it on the floor. The big man going to drive to the rack, laying good. He took it right at the 4-foul guy, Andrew Carr.
Yeah, you know what? That's against that zone, too. Carr had him all by himself. He didn't have any help.
Russell with 8 points now in the game as we approach the 8-minute mark remaining. Jumper in the paint by Salas is no good. Rebound to the Dogs. Melendez slowly into the front court, far sideline. They work it to the near side to Abdur Rahim. He's holding about 3 feet beyond the three-point line. Now over to Thomason. Slow lob to Chiwa in the circle with his back to the basket. Looks for a guard. Thomason's got it. Big guy sets a screen. Noah down the paint with 7 to shoot. Kick out to Jabri. He penetrates. Feeds Noah with 2. Step back long 2. Good! Left edge of the circle. Noah Thomason heating up tonight. He's got 19 points with 7:24 to go. 73-60. The lead is 13 again for Georgia. Wake with a basketball. Hildreth playing with 4 fouls. Dribbles through traffic. Feeds Carr for a 3. Left slot shot. Won't go. Dips in and out. Rebound Chiwa for the Bulldogs, and he gives it to Kane. He will carry it into the front side. The freshman on a left-hand dribble. Trying to work in closely with a screen from Chiwa. Wake trying to fight through the screen and the ball handler. And Wake Forest going to be called for a foul as the clock stops with 7:03 to go in the game. Foul on Wake. That's on Fredrickson, the freshman. And the Dogs will be on the line when we return. 73-60. Georgia by 13 over Wake Forest. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday season, spread a little extra cheer with BMW. For every new BMW bought in the month of November, we'll donate 200 meals to families in need through Feeding America. Over the last 6 years, BMW has proudly helped provide over 15 million meals to those in need, and with your help, that number will continue to grow. Visit your local BMW center for details or visit bmwusa.com/drive-to-end-hunger today.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit bmwatl.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA families for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
.7:03 to go in the game. Georgia 73, Wake Forest 60. And Chuck, what's the number that you like right now?
Turnovers are still for Georgia at 4.
It's been there for, I think we started the game with 4. And 4 is still right there. Meanwhile, Wake Forest has 11 turnovers. Georgia shooting 49% to 38 for Wake. They've missed 10 of their last 11 shots from the field. Dogs have opened up a 13-point lead. Abdur Rahim and Thomason, the leading scorers. Noah with 19 for the Dogs. Jabri with 17. That's your Regions recap.
And
order now. Let me finish this quick.
Go ahead.
Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs.
There you go.
All right.
And the Dogs have, off their turnovers, we've got 10 points. And they've got 2 off of our 4 turnovers.
Blue Kane at the line for Georgia for the first time. The freshman rattles out his foul shot on the front end of the 1-and-1. Wake Forest got the basketball. They work in the front court. Hildreth trying to dribble and sprint around Chiwa. He had to go to Bogart just to try to get around that guy. My goodness. And the Dogs got called for a foul on the play. And that's going to put Wake Forest on the line now. And Cameron Hildreth on the foul line. 74% free throw shooter last season, was 5 of 6 in their opening game against Elon earlier this week. Fouls on Russell Chiwa, his first of the night. Right-handed shooter from England, free throw good.
Well, he fell off the line like he wasn't sure that was going.
He's got 11 points now. He's been fairly quiet at 33 on Monday in their opener. But he's playing in foul trouble tonight. He's got 4. They've got 3 guys with 4 fouls, as a matter of fact. And they're all heavy contributors. And all 3 are on the floor. Both foul shots were good by Hildreth. 73-62, Dogs by 11. Thomason dribbles high left wing. Dogs work from right to left here in the second half. Thomason's going to drop it off to Abdur Rahim. Foul line extended jumper from the left side. Won't go. Off the rim. Rebound picked up by Marcus Marion, the 6'8 freshman for Wake. Boopy Miller. Kick out. Long 3 by Salas. He was wide open, and he made us pay for it. It's good. He's got a dozen now, and it's 73-65, Georgia. Here comes Wake with a little bit of a push. Oh, nice penetrate, wrap around, bounce pass in the lane to Chiwa, and he got fouled. Kane with a terrific job to get him the ball, yeah. He had 2 defenders between himself and Russell Chiwa under the basket.
A little no-look back pass. That was beautiful.
Wake commits a foul on the play, puts Russell on the free throw line. Chiwa at the stripe. 61% in South Florida last year. He got there a lot. They fouled him a bunch. He was there 153 times last season. He made 94. That free throw will not roll in there. He got rim, backboard, and rim again, and it rolls away. First trip to the line tonight for the big man, Russell Chiwa, 7 feet tall, 275 pounds. Started his college career at Texas Tech and played the bulk of it so far at South Florida. Misses that second foul shot as well. And we got another foul.
Lane violation.
Lane violation, okay. So he'll get another freebie. Chiwa missed that second one. The lane violation by Marion for Wake gives Chiwa another try at it. 6:03, clock stop. That's the time remaining, and Georgia leads by 8. And he made him pay for the lane violation. Russell got that body in motion, a deep bend in the knees, and jacked it up in there good. He makes 1 of 2 with a little help from Wake Forest. 74-65 Dogs. And Russell comes out of the ball game. Dogs have Demery and Thomason, Deloach, Melendez, and Abdur-Rahim on the floor. Carr with a handoff and a screen to Salas. They work the ball left side of the floor. Boopy Miller, right-hand dribble through the legs, changes direction. Kick out to Salas. 6 on the clock. Back over to Boopy Miller. Open 3, good. Miller now with 20 points. And it's a 6-point game. We were up 13. Oh, we've talked about Wake Forest resiliency. There's a steal on the far side by Wake. Salas hustles up the floor, and a foul committed by Noah Thomason in the lane as Salas tried to decide what he wanted to do with a basketball as he got deep into the lane under the basket. Well, I know what he's going to do with it now. He's going to go to the line and shoot free throws. 74-68, clock stopped with 5:17 to go, and Wake on the line.
Well, that fifth turnover was a long time coming, but
Salas, free throw by the right-hander, good, all net.
It hurts us.
A 9-1 run by Wake. Now still a 9-1 run as Salas missed the second foul shot. Dogs rebound is missed. We've got the ball up 5, 74-69. Deloach has it, straddles the three-point line, top of the key, hands off left wing to Jabri. Dribbles to the foul line, back above the 3 to Demery, quickly inside to Deloach, throws it up the wing with 8 seconds on the clock, threw it away from Thomason, out of bounds. Deloach's pass off the mark. He tried to get it back to Noah Thomason, close to half court, but we turned it over for a 6th time now.
Yeah, we've been over 2.5 minutes without a field goal.
Turnovers and back-to-back possessions for the Dogs. Lead still at 5, 74-69, 4:50 to go. Carr wide open in the lane. Demery over late to try to get some defensive help. A dunk and a foul. It's going Wake's way right now. They've come back from 13 down to make it a 3-point game. And Carr going to the line. He's one of their 4 foul guys right now. He's got a 3-point play opportunity. 74-71. A lot of time still remaining. 4:48 to go. Carr pushes it up with the right hand, connects. 3-point play in the books. Look at that scoreboard now. It was 13-point lead for the Dogs. Now it's 2, 74-72. And Mike White wants to call a timeout with 4:43 to go.
Yeah, do some little adjusting here. See if we can't get a little energy back on our offensive end of the floor.
So Georgia, as you pointed out, Chuck, no points in now almost the last 3 minutes and a 7-0 run for Wake.
Well, no field goals. We had a free throw.
That's correct, yes. And a 12-1 run over the last 2 minutes and change for Wake Forest, who had fallen down by 13, but they've chewed 11 points off that deficit. It's a 2-point game now. Georgia 74, Wake 72. Thomason leading scorer for the Dogs. We've got 4 guys in double figures. He's got 19. Abdur-Rahim with 17. Chiwa with 11 points to go with 6 rebounds. And then Demery with 10 points. The freshman in double figures and has 5 rebounds to boot. Leading scorer on the floor for Wake is Boopy Miller. He's got 20. He's hit 3 threes tonight. Salas with 13. Hildreth with 12, and then Big Andrew Carr at 6'10". He's got 15 points and 8 boards. 74-72, Dogs by 2 with the ball. Will inbound in front court, far sideline with R.J. Melendez. He feeds it into Silas Demery. He's guarded by Salas, the 6'5" transfer from Gonzaga. To Thomason off a screen on the left side of the floor. To the foul line, he shoots, and he banks it home. He got rim, backboard, kissed right off the square and fell through the hole. Thomason now with 21. transfer from Niagara, filling it up tonight for the Dogs. 4:15 to go. Georgia by 4, 76-72. Marion on the baseline. He's picked up his dribble. Melendez guarding. Tight. Threw it away. Throws it out at half court, far side of the floor. He was in trouble as Melendez had defense all in his face, Chuck. He tried to jump pass back out front to an open man on the wide side of the floor and threw it right to the student section at half court.
Defense has been bailing the Dogs out time after time tonight. Let's hope they can keep it up down the stretch here. But it'll help if we get a little offense going, too.
See if they can take advantage of the turnover by Wake Forest. Melendez gives it into Silas Demery. The freshman dribbles to Thomason. They try to trap him with a double team. He sweeps it over to Melendez in the left corner for a three. Rattles out, no good. Deloach tipped the rebound up high in the air. It's collected by Wake. They run the floor. Hildreth has it in the corner. Overhead pass up the wing. It's a 4-point Georgia lead. Salas. Baseball pass to the left side for a three. Hildreth can't connect. Good rebound with one hand by Deloach. Dogs feed it up ahead to Silas Demery. 360. Back to Thomason. Missed the three. Deloach going to chase down the rebound to keep it alive in the right corner. Dogs can run a little clock if they want to here. 14 on the shot clock. Demery looking to the Georgia bench for instructions here in the front court. The lead is 4 for the Dogs. Melendez fakes left, drives right, feeds Deloach. Dunk! Two-handed slam for Jalen Deloach.
R.J. Melendez, the assist. Beautiful pass.
Deloach has 5, and the Dogs just a smidge of breathing room. 78-72. Under 3 minutes to play. Wake with a basketball. Miller dribbles to his right, hooks it back to Marion. They feed Hildreth on the left wing. He's above the arc. He's picked up his dribble, throws it to a teammate off his foot. It's rolling on the floor. Carr drives to the floor. It's batted away from him. It's in the backcourt now.
It's our ball.
Wake Forest.
We got possession.
Wake Forest had Salas cover it up. We got hands on it. We tied it up, said the officials. And as Chuck points out, it's the Dogs' possession.
Yeah, Dogs with the arrow.
And now we got a timeout. So Georgia's going to have the basketball after they mop up the floor. And we have a brief break with 2:35 to go. Georgia 78, Wake Forest 72. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power, proud partner of Georgia basketball. Learn more at corepower.com.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldog sports.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Along with Chuck Dowdle and producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, Scott Howard by courtside Stegman Coliseum for the home opener tonight, and a crowd of 8,176 in the building. And a Georgia lead right now with 2:35 to go, 78-72. The Dogs leading Wake Forest here late in the game.
They've got Wake has spread the joy around behind the arc a lot better than we have. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with a 3 or better, with at least 1 3 or better. We've got 2. Jabri and Noah have been the only guys. Now, they've hit 3 each, but those are the only 2 players for us that have been able to convert from behind the line. But having said that, we're still ahead in points in the paint, 44-24.
The Deacons 11 of 27 on threes tonight. Georgia 6 of 20, but the Dogs are attacking that basket tonight. And we've got the ball with a 6-point lead. We inbound, 2.5 minutes remaining. Noah Thomason got pink shoes on tonight. Goes to Melendez. He's got red shoes. I like that. To Deloach. Jump pass out of the lane over to Hill. Couldn't get the three off in time. He's got 4. He's got 3. He's got 2 to the line. Drops it off to Deloach. Short 2 from right of the lane.
Oh,
Go.
nice
Melendez rebound. Put back. Good. And then a foul. Hildreth pulling down Melendez. No, what are they going to say? They're blowing the whistle.
What did they call?
I think they're just going to play through it. But Hildreth and Melendez got tangled up. There was just a stoppage of play. The whistle blew by the officials, but they don't call a foul on either thing. They just continue play. Melendez with a terrific rebound and then put back a good hustle play to get him into double figures with 10. Salas can't shoot over Deloach. They go into the corner for a 3. Boopy Miller's three-pointer won't go. Rebound to Melendez. Official going to say Silas Demery with a little bit of blocking foul on the rebound, kind of pushing his man back. And Jerry Heater with the whistle, one of the 3 officials. That's going to put Wake Forest on the line with the clock stopped and 2 shots coming. 1:52 remaining. The lead is 8 for the Dogs, 80-72. Foul on Demery is his 3rd. And it'll be Andrew Carr, the 6'10", 225-pounder. That was really just shoved out of the way by the much smaller 6'5", 190 Silas Demery. Free throw by Carr is good. Carr's got 16 and has been playing most of this half since about the 10-minute mark with 4 fouls. Second free throw, rimmed out, no good. Rebound Melendez for the Dogs. 80-73, Georgia by 7 with the ball. Hill had an open look for 3 in the left corner, didn't take it. They want to burn some more clock. 100 seconds to go in the game. Hill's got it now, top of the key. Left-handed pass to Thomason. Down low to Deloach. Double team forces him out to the three-point line. Thomason with the ball in his hands and 5. Step back 3. Oh, he just missed it off the right edge of the rim. Boopy Miller got to the ball first. Deloach went sliding to try to save it. And they call a foul on Deloach. He went sliding and made contact with Boopy Miller right in front of the Georgia bench down to our left. Again, clock stopped, and Wake Forest going to the foul line. You know, they had all those fouls early on. We're not in the double bonus, but they are.
They are, yeah.
11th team foul on Georgia, and 2 shots coming from Boopy Miller, who's been a terrific
pretty good at the line, shooter. Yeah. One of the best I've ever seen.
He's 6 for 6 tonight.
That's right.
He's got 21. He's their leading scorer. 6 for 6 from the stripe. 1:23 to go. If he hits this, it'll be a 5-point Georgia lead. Miller, 6 feet, 175 from Chicago, hits a pair. 80-75. Can't get out of the woods here against these guys. 80 seconds to play. Demery looks to the bench for help. Mike White stomps his foot, talks to his freshman, tells him where to go, which spot on the floor. Man-on-man defense right now by Wake Forest. Demery inside the arc, dribbles it out, now gives it up with 10 on the shot clock to Deloach. Deloach starts to drive, and now he doesn't know what to do with the ball. He finds Hill. Hill drives to the basket. Missed the drive. Wake Forest got a deflection there before the ball got up to the rim. Deacons with a takeaway. Less than a minute to go. Salas, floater right hand, won't go. Put back on the tip in by Carr. Rims out. It's out of bounds. Touchdown by the Dogs, I think. Doug Show's the official. Are they going to check the video?
Look, yeah, we're inside a minute. They're going to come over and look to see who the ball went out on.
They said it's on the floor. They've called it Wake Forest ball, but they're going to look at it with 46 seconds to go in a 5-point game. Georgia 80, Wake 75. We had a 13-point lead on these guys with 7.5 minutes to play, but they have kept it. Their largest lead in the game has been 8, and that came in the first half.
Well, you know, they had that game against Elon where they were down big, and then they came back one big, so they know a little bit about how to come back.
And the same thing in that exhibition game they had against Alabama. They were down double digits in that one and came back to win by 8.
And, you know, and look, we were able to dig out of holes against Oregon, but never get over the hump.
And the officials are done with the video review, and it will be Wake Forest basketball. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 46.2 to play in the game. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Dogs have a 5-point lead, 80-75. Wake out of bounds play. Miller to lob it in towards the basket to Carr. And he's going to catch it over a double team of Melendez and Deloach and put it up and in and score. And Wake Forest will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts right now. So they've closed it to a 1-possession game. It's a 3-point contest after Carr scores on the out-of-bounds play, 80-77. How he's been unable to pick up that 5th foul, I have no idea. But he has. And Georgia will have possession after the timeout. Steve Forbes quickly called the timeout.
They got a couple of guys that have been able to avoid that.
Oh, Miller.
Yeah.
And Hildreth, too. Both teams huddled around their coaches. Actually, Georgia's coaches have their own huddle going, and now they walk into the players to let them know what they want to occur
what they do is
possession.
They go over and make sure that everybody's on the same page before they get in there and talk to the guys about exactly what it is they want to do defensively and then what it is they want to do offensively. Well, now we're going to get the ball offensively, so they're figuring out how much clock do you want to run, who do you want to take the shot.
This is the 8th game in this series between Georgia and Wake Forest. Georgia has a 4-3 lead all time. Lost last year in Winston-Salem, 81-71. This one going down to the wire here tonight in Athens. 43.2 seconds remaining, and it's a 3-point Georgia lead. Dogs will have the ball on the baseline. Everybody finding their spot on the floor. Wake Forest press. Directing traffic. And the Dogs will have R.J. Melendez throw it in. He's mostly unguarded on the inbounds. And he feeds it into Demery, the freshman in the backcourt. Boopy Miller on him. Demery over the logo into the front court right now. High left wing, he dribbles. Man-to-man defense for Wake. Clock at 30. Shot clock at 17. Demery still dribbling. Shot clock at 12. Demery on the logo dribbling. Miller guarding. Thomason flashes out. Demery keeps it, dribbles it off his foot. It shoots right out of bounds over the inline. He dribbled it off his foot. That thing just went speeding right out of bounds.
They're going to look, but that looks like a turnover for Georgia, and looks like that Wake will get a shot to tie.
Rats. Back to the video review monitor. Doug Schau, Steven Anderson, 2 of the 3 officials. Taking a look at it, 19.5 seconds to go. The Dogs never got a shot off as Demery dribbled it off his foot and it rolled out of bounds. And the ball's been awarded to Wake Forest. Now the officials are trying to confirm that. 80-77. 11 threes in the game for Wake, in case you're wondering.
You know what? I'm not altogether certain.
Did it touch Wake before it went out?
It may have touched the foot. It was close, I'll tell you that. But it may have touched the foot of one of their players. No, they're pointing it's Wake's ball.
So the Deacons will have the possession.
That was very close.
They adjust the clock a little bit. They put about a half second back on. It's 20.1 to go. So the shot clock is off. Game clock 20.1 seconds. Student section standing, trying to get the rest of Stegman Coliseum. Crowd of 8,176 standing for what could be the final play of regulation or the final play period. Here we go. 80-77. Wake with the ball. Miller over the logo into the front court. On the left wing, they need a 3 to tie. Here it comes. Short, air ball. Rebound loose, chased down by Miller. 7 seconds to go. Tie up. We tied them up, but they have the possession arrow.
7 seconds.
Melendez and Thomason, one of those guys reached in and tied up Wake. But they have the arrow and 7 seconds to play. It's still a 3-point lead for the Dogs, and Mike White's going to use a timeout.
Well,
Wake hoisted an air ball 3 from the left wing, and then the tussle was on for the rebound, Chuck. Unfortunately, the Dogs were able to tie up Wake Forest. Get the stoppage of play, 7 seconds to go. The Dogs are going to huddle again. We've got a timeout remaining, as does Wake, but only 7 seconds remain.
I got to tell you, this is going to. Nobody's walking out of here disappointed tonight. This is as far as excitement goes.
Yeah, no, you get your money's worth. Hey, let's pause 10 seconds before the finish. 10 seconds for station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. It's been a really good ball game tonight here in the home opener for Georgia. The Dogs will be back in this building on Sunday to host North Carolina Central, and that is a 5 o'clock start. We'll be on the air with you at 4:35 Sunday afternoon. So, as Chuck was pointing out earlier, basketball tonight, football tomorrow. It's a 7:08 kickoff, unless TV adjusts that.
Who do we play in that
a little bit later? I hear it's Mississippi.
Oh,
Ole Miss will be
Miss.
in town, and our broadcast will start at 3 o'clock for our coverage of Bulldogs football here on the Bulldogs Network on Saturday, and then more men's basketball for you on Sunday at 4:35. 7 seconds to go. Both teams back out on the floor. Mike White trying to communicate something to his team on the floor. Very demonstrative gestures. Wake to inbound north of their bench. Long throw to the far corner. Tapped out of bounds by Melendez for Georgia. They were trying to go to Carr. 5.5 seconds to go.
You know what? Georgia
tipped out.
Georgia played it beautifully.
Melendez tipped that out. 30-second timeout. Wake Forest.
Well, they got to draw up another play now.
5.5 to go. I think the officials are going to come look at the video replay again. Go look at the monitor.
I think what they're looking at is the time. Because it said a second and a half ran off. They're going to double check just to make sure.
All three officials are down to our right, taking a look at the monitor. But Doug Shows is driving the boat there. He's dialing the video back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, the clock says 5.5 seconds right now. And they may or may not adjust that. As Hildreth tried to inbound the basketball from just to the left of their bench. 5.7 seconds. 2/10 added to the clock. 5.7 in a 3-point game. And the trailing team has the possession. Dogs come out of the timeout. Thomason and Dimry, Deloach, Melendez, and Abdur Rahim. That's our 5. Wake with Miller and Salas, Carr, Marion, and one more guy in the corner. That's Hildreth. They need a 3 to tie to possibly force overtime. Left of the basket on the baseline. Miller looking. Deloach jumping. They throw it into Hildreth. He steps behind the 3, slides, fadeaway 3 with 2 seconds to go, is off the rim.
Over.
Rebound Deloach. Time runs out. That's the ball game. Georgia hangs on for the win.
Great job by the Dogs. Great job by the Dogs.
80-77.
He did not have a good look at that, Scott. He had to kind of heave it up there.
Hildreth got the ball inside the arc, tried to spin, curl around. He knew he needed a 3 to tie, and when he came out on the right wing, tried to plant his foot, Chuck, he slid a little bit, lost his balance, and he was trying to shoot at the same time because he was running out of time, and it hit the rim. Deloach got the rebound, and the Dogs are able to get a victory here on opening night, the home opener.
The home opener
at Stegman Coliseum, 80-77.
Well, like I
is
said,
our final.
You want to protect your home turf and find a way to steal a few on the road. And Dogs off to a good start with this victory. I see President Moorhead walking out on the court to congratulate the Georgia players.
Well, Mike White's first team at Georgia last year went 13-4 in home games. And off to a good start tonight. They get that first win here at home and got a chance for number 2 coming quickly on Sunday afternoon against North Carolina Central. But a nice win over a good Power 5 opponent. The Dogs extend the lead in the series to 5-3 all-time over Wake Forest, even the record at 1-1. Wake Forest also 1-1. Up next for them, the Charleston Classic next Thursday. They open with Utah in Charleston, South Carolina on the 16th. Georgia with a game on Sunday, as we mentioned, before Chuck and our friend from Learfield, Cabell Philpott, head off to the Bahamas to call 2 games in the Bahamas in the Baha Mar Classic in the Bahamas. That'll be on Friday and Sunday. Georgia plays Miami next Friday, and then either Kansas State or Providence the following Sunday. We're going to get a chance to talk with one of the players of the game, Jabri Abdur-Rahim. He is the electrifying player of the game. It's brought to you by Georgia's Electricians, IBEW, Local Union 613. Jabri with the headset on. And Jabri, congratulations on this one. Man, it was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're a good team. It was a tough win.
You guys are a good team, too. You played very well today.
Yeah, we had to respond after the last one, defend home court. But all credit to them, man. They're really good. They run a lot of good stuff, and they're big, and they can really shoot. So it was definitely a hard game.
What was the biggest difference between Monday and Friday?
I think we just had a lot more connection. I think we just played together more, and we kind of settled in. I mean, first game in a big game, it was expected everybody to be nervous, and I feel like this game we kind of got our feet wet a little bit, and once we started seeing shots fall, it was easy to play hard after that.
A little more energy in the building tonight for you guys compared to Las Vegas.
That was the biggest difference, really, though. Yeah,
8,000 folks plus tonight. That's a good crowd.
Yeah, that was the biggest
going.
difference for sure.
Jabri, talk a little bit about what this means now to this team to get that first win.
Yeah,
because you guys are trying to blend.
Yeah,
you're a returner.
Yep.
Then there are all the guys that came through the portal, and then those new incoming freshmen.
Yeah,
and you're trying to put it together.
Yeah, it was a huge win. I mean, I feel like we're already a connected group. Like you said, we got a lot of new people, but we're a really close-knit group, and we know we had the potential to be a really good team. So to get a win like this, it does a bunch for our confidence, and we didn't want to go 0-2. So we knew how important this one was, and we came out with that mentality.
You had 17 tonight. Tell me how you got to that point.
My teammates found me. I was able to get some good looks early. Coach was, calling my number a little bit. We was running some good stuff, and I was able to see the ball go through. But credit to Silas, Noah, and Justin. They were able to find me in good positions, and I was able to make some shots.
Jabri, I felt, and you had a great night offensively. That's great. But I really felt like the team's defense tonight really bailed y'all out. I mean, I thought y'all played great defense.
Well, yeah, that was the emphasis. I mean, we know how good they are offensively. They are so good offensively. They run a lot of good stuff. Like I said, they have a lot of good players. So that was the main focus, is really trying to guard them to the best of our ability. They're such a good team and with a bunch of talented players. So we knew if we didn't come with it on the defensive end, it was going to be tough for us.
Jabri, thanks for your time. Congratulations on this one. Good job tonight. Good to be a winning Bulldog team tonight, and get ready for Sunday. You got a short turnaround for the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
Jabri Abdur-Rahim, our electrifying player of the game, brought to you by Georgia's Electricians, IBEW, Local Union 613. And Jabri, one of our leading scorers tonight. He had 17 points on a 5 for 12 shooting night, 3 threes, perfect from the line, 4 for 4, 4 rebounds in this Georgia victory, 80-77 over Wake Forest. Stay tuned for our post-game coverage as we continue from Athens right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Kroger brand products, you can make all your favorite things this holiday season, because Kroger brand's proven quality products come at exceptionally low prices. And with a money-back quality guarantee, every dish is sure to be a favorite. Whether you shop delivery, pickup, or in-store, Kroger brand has all your favorite things. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. So whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the award-winning Classic City Lager, or Georgia's #1 new brand, Bigger Dreams Hazy IPA, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. Two brands, one town, one team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Athens, Georgia. Available wherever cold beer is served. Champions drink responsibly.
This is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by eBay Motors. Here for the ride. With the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. In today's market, we know that saving money is more important than ever. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been saving people money for nearly 90 years. Whether it's better rates on a CD or fewer fees on a checking account, your money goes further at Georgia's Own. Best of all, they're local and continue to support the people, places, and teams that we've all grown to love. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Let's do indeed. Welcome back to the Regions Locker Room Show. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Well, Georgia gets it done here at home in the home opener at Stegman Coliseum. A nice crowd showed up for this one, 8,176. They watched the Dogs defeat Wake Forest by a count of 80-77. We chatted with Jabri Abdur-Rahim immediately after the ball game. He was our electrifying player of the game. He had 17. Noah Thomason led Georgia, Chuck, with 21 points. He was pretty electrifying, too.
He was.
9 of 18 tonight and had 3 threes.
Yeah, young man really, he kind of got hot in one little stretch that really helped us open up a nice lead at one point. And Noah's got, he doesn't lack for confidence. You can see that. If he's got the ball and he feels like not only can he create his shot, he feels like he's going to make his shot.
You know, one of the things we look back and we keep referring to the Oregon game, and that's because that was the only one we'd played until tonight. Rebounding, we did not rebound well at all in Las Vegas on Monday. And then you look at our numbers tonight, and everybody was getting in on the rebounding. Deloach led the way; he had 7. Chiwo with 6, Melendez with 6, Demery with 5, Thomason with 5, Abdur-Rahim with 4. That's what Mike White's looking for.
When you get those guards like Thomason getting in there and getting 5 rebounds, that's what Mike, because that's what he talks about when he talks about by committee.
Right.
That's a committee.
I mean, if you're on the floor, he wants you going to the glass.
No doubt.
It doesn't matter your position. He wants you 5 guys going to the glass, trying to get that ball.
And it paid dividends tonight for the Dogs. They didn't win the glass, but it was only a three differential, 41-38. Wake had the advantage on the glass. But listen, after giving up 63 rebounds on Monday, this is a huge difference. Big step forward.
Turnover is a big factor in Georgia's win tonight. Only 7 in the ball game. Wake Forest had 14. And we only had 4 for the longest stretch, and Georgia was doing a great job taking care of the basketball, and it paid dividends. Dogs win it tonight 80-77. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card by going to regions.com/GoDogs. We'll catch up with the winning head coach tonight, Mike White, in just a few. Stay with us. We'll check the numbers from tonight's win as well. Dogs a winner over Wake Forest 80-77 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Georgia, it's John Crow. Want a chance to win $500 instantly just by playing Fantasy 5? Well, now through November 26th, that can happen. Just look for the prize symbol on your ticket and listen for this sound.
You're a winner.
Well, there you go. You just won $500 instantly. How cool is that? There'll be 150 winners every week. It could be you. It all happens now through November 26th. So go play during the Fantasy 5 $500 cash giveaway only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Good to go. The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Winning night for the Georgia Bulldogs here at Stegman Coliseum. Welcome back to the Regions Locker Room Report. You can order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Our final tonight, Dogs 80, Wake Forest 77, and we've got the winning head coach tonight, Mike White, from the locker room. And Coach, congratulations. Quite a performance by your guys. Man, that was a lot of fun.
Man, it was a lot of fun. It got loud in the Steg. It was rocking in there. We're really appreciative of all the fans that came out. For some of those fans, I'm sure it was they were here because they're here for football tomorrow. We'll all be locked in to root for the Dogs tomorrow. But for some of those fans that don't normally come to basketball games, we appreciate you coming, and we hope that you consider continuing to come because it was a home court advantage for sure.
Mike, that was a really good basketball team you beat tonight.
Absolutely. Forbes and his staff do a great job, and they won a lot of games over the last. It was a home court advantage for sure.
Mike, that was a really good basketball team you beat tonight.
Absolutely. Forbes and his staff do a great job, and they won a lot of games over the last few years. Good ACC team, and they're just so difficult to defend. They keep coming at you. They've got confidence as a program. You know, they're in a position where they know what they're running. They know where they're getting their shots. They know that they've had a bunch of success again these last few years, and deep down they've just got a winning level of confidence. And that's something, of course, that we've got to build here over time. But a bunch of wins like this one's a good start. That'll help us.
Scott and I were talking about it, about the fact that you had, when you look at your rebounding tonight, it was up and down. I mean, everybody was going to the glass. And that's what you said you wanted by committee.
Yeah. Still got to do a better job. You had 13 offensive rebounds down the stretch. I didn't think we were great. I thought Silas Demery stuck his nose in there and got some really tough ones. One sticks out defensively right there in front of Wake Forest bench, on that right block, through contact. Our guards have just got to help our bigs. We're not playing a conventional four right now. We're playing a two-headed monster at the 5, and one of them, is an energy 5, of course. Jalen Deloach, who plays as hard as anyone on our team, but just not incredibly huge either. Jalen's kind of a 4 or 5. Russell's very, very big. And then we're playing some guards. Sunahara's out. And we're playing some 4-guard lineups. So those guys collectively have got to continue to fight, for every defensive rebound.
Mike, Chuck really liked our defensive play tonight. How about you?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, much better. Way better offensively than we were the other day. We're scoring 80 against an ACC team, 11 assists, 7 turnovers. Had some good looks from 3, 6 of 21. Little disappointing, but I like the looks. I like the way the ball moved. Had a lot of balance there, 5 guys in double figures scoring. But defensively, I thought we were even better. Wake Forest will put big numbers on a lot of teams this year. They're very difficult to guard. They run good actions. They've got good balance themselves. And, to defend them to 39%, could have been a little bit better from 3. Got to be a little bit better on the defensive glass, like we talked about, but forcing 14 turnovers was big for us as well.
They had 3 starters with 4 fouls, I think, with about 10 minutes to go in the game. Did that have any impact, do you think?
Probably so. Not something that we're talking about as much as down the stretch for us. I want to say we got up 14, missed the front end, and it was about holding on. At that point, you don't want your guys to play that way, but as a staff, you're looking over, and it looked like offensively we had lost a little bit of tempo and momentum, and defensively weren't quite as sharp, and your emphasis to these guys, especially as you're learning how to win, is especially early in the year. Let's stop looking at the scoreboard. Let's worry about the next possession. We came out the gates with a ton of edge and discipline and connectivity, and down the stretch it was about holding on. But I did think we got a couple stops when need be. I loved R.J. Melendez not fouling the 3. We're actually, if it was a drive to the rim, we were going to foul. Hildreth took kind of a step back and created a little space, and R.J. stayed on the floor and got a really good contest.
Yeah, he kind of slipped on it as he was trying to curl around and get behind that 3-point line to shoot, for the tie. He kind of slipped a little bit, but
yeah.
I thought, I'm with you. I thought we defended it pretty well, and you got to look at a lot of different scenarios in this game, including that, the last play situation at the end of the game when they're trying to tie it. How advantageous is it for you guys, and as you continue to try to blend, to get all of these different kind of looks in a game situation?
It's not good for your health, but it's good for the development of your team and the learning process. It was a great way to win it, and I know, Wake got a good look though. They did, and they executed down the stretch, and credit those guys' level of resilience to just keep plugging away and hitting singles and sticking to what they were doing, and they made it more than interesting down the stretch. Could have come in and stole this one after being down pretty big.
Mike, before we let you go, again, we've talked about trying to blend the true freshmen from the portal to guys that are returning, but a win like this really goes a long way in boosting that confidence in all of those categories.
Yeah, definitely. If we all take it the right way, again, another part of learning how to win is that the guys that didn't score in double figures got to feel just as good about the win. The guys that didn't get in the game have to feel just as good about Georgia winning. The guys that played the majority of the minutes, the most minutes, have to feel good about it, but have to understand that we've got to continue to get better, and they've got to get better. We've all got to get better as part of this process.
And you go right back at it on Sunday. So just a game, another day to get ready for your next opponent, North Carolina Central on Sunday. Mike, congratulations on this one, and get them ready for that next one here at home at 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Go Dogs.
That is Coach Mike White from the locker room, winning head coach tonight. Dogs 80, Wake Forest 77. Georgia now 1-1 on the year. And as we said, they'll play again Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock here in this building. We hope to see you then. And come on back. We've got more post-game coverage, the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. More after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit gfbinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. More than just a policy.
We are a Farm Bureau.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy, part of all the action, is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Georgia, it's John Crow. Want a chance to win $500 instantly just by playing Fantasy 5? Well, now through November 26th, that can happen. Just look for the prize symbol on your ticket and listen for this sound.
You're a winner.
Well, there you go. You just won $500 instantly. How cool is that? There'll be 150 winners every week. It could be you. It all happens now through November 26th. So go play during the Fantasy 5 $500 cash giveaway only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Chuck, Scott, and Adam back courtside with you here at Stegman Coliseum on a night where Georgia is a winner, 80-77 over Wake Forest. Over 8,000 in the building for the home opener as the Dogs get off on the right foot here in Athens tonight and get ready for North Carolina Central out of the MEAC on Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Let's run down the final stats brought to you by Northside Hospital, reminding you that the most common symptom of prostate cancer is no symptom at all, and prostate cancer will affect 1 in every 9 men in America. Find out about screenings, your risk factors, and innovative treatment at northside.com. Our numbers, let's start with the individual numbers and the scoring. Noah Thomason, the transfer guard from Niagara, was Georgia's leading scorer, 21 points. He was 9 of 18 from the field. He had 3 threes tonight. Jabri Abdur-Rahim finished with 17 points. They were the 2 leading scorers of 5 guys in double figures for the Bulldogs. Russell Chiwa got there as well, 11 points for the big man, and then Silas Dimry and R.J. Melendez each with 10 points. The rest of the scoring for the Dogs, Jalen Deloach, 5 off the bench. Blue Kane, Justin Hill, and Dylan James, each with 2 points off the bench tonight. Rebounding, the leader there was Deloach. He had 7. Melendez with 6. Chiwa with 6. Dimry and Thomason each had 5. Jabri had 4 rebounds. Dylan James had our 38th rebound. He had 1 on the evening. Dogs were out-rebounded by 3 by Wake Forest, but certainly had enough to get the job done tonight. 3-point shooting, 6 of 21 for Georgia. Jabri had 3. Thomason had 3. They were the only ones to connect from long distance. The Dogs shot 50% in the first half, 44 in the second half. Final tally, 47%. We hit 31 of 66 shots. Wake Forest held below 40% at 39 for the game, 25 of 64. They hit 11 threes, 11 for 30. They were 16 of 18 from the free throw line. Georgia 12 of 18 from the foul line. And one of the big numbers, the turnovers, or lack thereof for Georgia, which is great news. Only 7 turnovers by the Bulldogs tonight. Wake Forest had 14. And
Boy,
Chuck, your
you know
final
what?
thoughts on that?
It matters when you have more possessions. You know, when you don't come up with empty possessions because you're turning it over.
Yeah, especially when it comes down to one at the end of the game.
You're exactly right. That makes a huge difference, and that's something that we have not seen for Georgia all too frequently over the last few years.
Dogs get it done tonight. 40 points in each half. 40 in the first, to lead by 4 at intermission. They were outscored by 1 in the second half, but win it by 3 here tonight, 80-77. Up next for the Dogs, it'll be North Carolina Central on Sunday afternoon at 5. We'll be back with our regular crew at 4:35 for our pregame coverage of Bulldogs basketball. Don't forget, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, we start with our Georgia football coverage. The Dogs hosting the Ole Miss Rebels in the home finale at Sanford Stadium. Kickoff for the game tomorrow is just after 7 o'clock. 7:08 is the time slotted right now. There could be a 5-minute slide depending on how TV wants to handle that. So just after 7 o'clock to get it started, and we hope you can join us for our coverage of Bulldogs football tomorrow. Stay with us. We've got more post-game coverage up straight ahead. We'll send it back to our network studio, the Piedmont Healthcare Studios, where Luke Nadkarni is anxiously awaiting to deliver some scores and more to you. Piedmont Healthcare offers you exceptional, hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. So for Chuck Dowdle and our producer-engineer Adam Gillespie here in Athens, I'm Scott Howard. Luke Nadkarni is up next in the Piedmont Healthcare Network Studios. Georgia a winner, 80-77 over Wake Forest, and Luke's got the rest for you on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Regions celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
The holidays are always hectic, but with the BMW i5 and iX, you can make them 100% electric. Make every journey a thrill with the cutting-edge driver technology in the BMW iX. Or step into the first ever BMW i5 with its dynamic performance and iconic presence. Find your ultimate 100% electric BMW at the Electric BMW Road Home Sales Event and turn the holidays from hectic to electric. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Welcome to the Piedmont Healthcare Network Studios. I'm Luke Nadkarni here as the Regions post-game report rolls on. Georgia, an 80-77 winner over the Wake Forest Demon Deacons tonight at Stegman. The Dogs even their record at 1-1. Let's take a look at what else is going on here in the SEC on a busy night of basketball. And in Oxford, Mississippi, it's a dogfight between Ole Miss and Eastern Washington.
10 minutes to go. Ole Miss 52-51. Pass stolen. Marshall on the fly, and he'll jam it home for the three-point lead. Timeout called for by Eastern Washington.
Gary Darby on the call from the Ole Miss Radio Network. The Rebels have extended that lead to 60-52 with 7:51 to play in the second half at the Pavilion. Second half action in Tuscaloosa. Number 24 Alabama leads Indiana State 65-53 as they've gotten 25 points from Aaron Estrada. 14th ranked Arkansas well on its way to victory. They lead Gardner-Webb 69-49 with 10:49 to play at Bud Walton Arena down in the Ozarks. Other SEC action still going on. All these games in the second half. Both these games in the second half. LSU trails Nicholls State at the PMAC 54-48, and Southeastern Louisiana and Auburn on the Plains. Auburn has a 61-48 lead as they look to get their first win of the season. Games in the first half. Number 9 Tennessee leads Wisconsin slimly 26-23 as the Vols look to move to 2-0, and 7:51 to play in the first stanza. Missouri has a 24-13 lead over Memphis. Still to come, one game tipping in just a few minutes. South Carolina and Virginia Tech meet in the second game of the Hall of Fame series in Charlotte. The first game of that series went the way of the Virginia Cavaliers. They beat the SEC's Florida Gators 73-70 to move to 2-0. Florida falls to 1-1. Other SEC results this evening: number 15 Texas A&M beats Ohio State 73-66. In Columbus, number 16 Kentucky takes care of Texas A&M Commerce 81-61, and Vanderbilt rallies past South Carolina Upstate. They trailed at halftime but win 74-67. Our final score: Georgia 80, Wake Forest 77. We'll take a timeout and take a look ahead at the schedule when we come back. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the biggest selection of Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore, like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, Southern Pride, Peter Millar, and Columbia. The UGA Bookstore is your best source for custom NIL jerseys, and in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. In today's market, we know that saving money is more important than ever. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been saving people money for nearly 90 years. Whether it's better rates on a CD or fewer fees on a checking account, your money goes further at Georgia's Own. Best of all, they're local and continue to support the people, places, and teams that we've all grown to love. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
Luke Ed Carney, one final time here in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia squeaks past Wake Forest 80-77. The Dogs are now 1-1 on the season. Time now for our Toyota look ahead. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And it's a quick turnaround for the Dogs men's basketball team as they take on North Carolina Central on Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Our pregame show will get underway at 4:35 with Scott, Chuck, Adam, and myself. And, of course, the next broadcast here on the network comes less than 24 hours from now. It'll be a 3 o'clock pregame for Georgia and Ole Miss. The Dogs have a chance to win the SEC East and clinch yet another trip to Atlanta. That'll get underway at 3 o'clock with Dog Talk pregame featuring Jeff Dantzler and Kevin Butler. And then at 4 o'clock, it's the Napa Tailgate Show with Neil Williamson, Scott Howard, Lauren Smith, DJ Shockley, and Eric Zier. One more time tonight from Athens, our final score, Georgia 80, Wake Forest 77. We'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight to this production of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.
Here's Coach in 3,